It's the Infinite Podcast. Go tell your friends. It's the Infinite Podcast. My God, it never ends. It's the Infinite Podcast with Rob and Cork the Kid.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Project Infinite Podcast, the podcast covering the infinite and ever-expanding multiverse of fandom from movies, comics, TV shows, video games. We got you covered. I'm Rob. I'm here, as always, with me familia. I'm here with Court. How's it going, man?
You know what they say on the podcast. The podcast always wins.
You knew this was coming, Pete. Oh, man.
We're here to talk about some cinema.
Yeah.
No, it's not a Martin Scorsese movie.
I mean, a couple weeks ago, we talked about one of the best found family movies in you know, at least of this year.
Yep.
And Guardians had a good run. 2 weeks. 2 weeks is the best found family movie of 2023, but The King has returned.
Yep.
Fast and Furious is back.
A movie that's better than Return of the King.
One of the cornerstones of this podcast.
Yes.
If you've been listening from the beginning, you know that we worked in Fast and Furious related things.
For like 25 weeks
Probably
straight.
like 20 weeks in a row. We managed to fit one in. Lo and behold, the magnum opus, Fast X. A movie that is crafted with such confidence that it was going to be a two-parter. It is now going to be a three-parter. It's
Yeah.
a trilogy.
With spin-offs spanning from the success of this movie.
It's a marvel.
Yeah.
both literacy model and cinema. Everything that you could want, we got it in this movie. But we're going to talk about Fast X. It's gonna be something.
Yeah.
But first, we do have some news, and starting with this is really unfortunate news. So Ray Stevenson passed away this week at the age of 58. Way too young. You know him from a bunch of things.
He was Volstagg in Thor.
Volstagg in the Marvel movies. Punisher Warzone.
Yep.
A lot of people, honestly, favorite iteration of the Punisher.
Yep.
Besides John Bernthal, but yeah, he was in the 7th season of Dexter.
Sure, yep.
Got a Saturn nomination for his role in that, and he's going to be in the upcoming Ahsoka series as a character that we don't quite know, but those who have seen the show or have filmed the show describe his character as hauntingly prolific in the performance he gave. So we'll be able to get a couple more projects with him, but this stuff always sucks when these things happen, again, 58, way too young. It's just super unfortunate. Thoughts?
I mean, there's never any great thoughts when this happened. These always stink, especially, I mean, he was getting ready to be one of the main villains of one of the biggest TV shows that was to come out this year. So, I mean, just extremely unfortunate, especially at 58, because that's not a full life that he lived to. So, very unfortunate. Very sorry for his family and his friends. So I hope they're all doing okay. But yeah, I was looking forward to his role in Ahsoka, but I mean, we always talk about it with these things. That doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It only matters the legacy that he kind of left. So, from every account that I've heard, I know Star Wars had a nice tribute to him as well, but every account I've heard that he's just like this incredibly kind and funny guy, even though sometimes he plays some of the most serious of villains. So, if that's the legacy you leave behind, then that's the best you can do on this earth. So.
Yeah. Rest in power to Ray Stevenson again. Just every couple weeks it feels like we're doing one of these. I mean, we did a whole episode.
Yeah.
With Kevin Conroy and Jason David Frank. So I mean, these things are just too happens too often, and obviously the older we get, it becomes more kind of pronounced with people that we grew up watching. So just super unfortunate. Never easy to transition out of these things, but we got another Secret Invasion trailer ahead of its release this coming June, this month. And what we have come to expect is going to be just a monster month of June. So this show definitely seems to be hitting. It definitely. I'll say this. The production value seems very high.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a lot of intrigue. It's just, as with all things with Marvel, it's a matter of they're basically taking this storyline and focusing it around Nick Fury. That's basically what this is. And, you're going to have to come to terms with that.
Yeah.
They're turning Secret Invasion, in essence, into a more self-contained Nick Fury story. So, I mean, I know this project was announced years and years and years ago, or at least it was rumored, years and years ago. So people, already as with Marvel, the theories were running wild of, is Iron Man a Skrull? Is Black Widow a Skrull? Like, none of that's probably going to happen.
Right.
It's just going to be, maybe one surprise, but it'll probably be someone introduced, like, in the show.
Right. Other things, that this trailer cut it a little bit more, that I think the purpose was to get Rhodey a little bit more in here, get Don Cheadle some more act. I mean, you see him as War Machine in this trailer as well, so I think that was a big selling point maybe. The studio was just like, hey, for this, make sure you maybe get an Avenger in that actual trailer, but this is a Nick Fury show. I think through and through, this is the Nick Fury show where they couldn't make a Nick Fury show, because what's the intrigue besides Samuel L. Jackson? So you make Secret Invasion. So obviously, I guess I'm cut from the mold where I thought, once Marvel was like, it's like 2014, 2015, 2016, where Marvel was like really rocking, like I thought for sure this would have been a movie. But I mean, logistically, that's incredibly tough, because the Marvel in the mid 2000s, they were rocking. It was Civil War into Secret Invasion into Dark Reign. And then you also had, what did you have? You had Hickman's Avengers run was like first starting that during the late part of that too. Or the Fantastic Four run. You had Annihilation, like a huge space event. So they had so much going on, where I thought Secret Invasion had no choice but to be a movie at some point. But like you said, you're going to have to live with the fact that this is just going to be a TV show. So hopefully everybody rates this show on the basis of the quality and how well it's received and how well it does versus, the fact that it isn't the thing they wanted it to be presented as. So if that's the case, I think it does look pretty solid. Production value, like you said, seems pretty high, seems very grounded, seems very gritty. So all the things that, all the complaints that people had, this is the opposite of them. So you can't use that as an excuse not to like it. So
yeah. And I think, of all the things we've talked about before with Marvel, where they attack several genres, I think their most, kind of best, like their best stuff, obviously outside of like the Guardian stuff, which is obviously kind of James Gunn's brainchild, but like Marvel on a whole really does this grounded espionage kind of stuff really well. Yeah. Obviously, we both think very highly of Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yep. Civil War still has elements of that.
Civil War has elements of that. Falcon and the Winter Soldier has elements of that. Yeah,
but I still think that Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the most underrated Marvel show they've made.
The best bits of Black Widow are also the kind of like the dark web espionage stuff that's being described in that film.
And David Harbour singing American Pie.
So I think this is kind of like their bag as far as like stuff that they can produce.
Yeah, on a grounded level, I think that's a good way to put it.
So, I'm excited. There's definitely a lot of... I think the trailer, both this trailer and last trailer, do a good job of building up like that paranoia of like Fury's POV of like who can you trust, who can you not trust, which I think they kind of have to nail. Yeah. Not so far as like literally who can like... We shouldn't be asking ourselves who can we trust. Yeah. We should be in Fury's kind of POV.
You know what's good about that too is like maybe, and this is still a Marvel show, so you know how this is gonna go week in, week out. I think this is, if there was any of the shows, I thought the least show for this was gonna be Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but then it turned into the biggest one with the Power Broker. But this show is probably gonna end up divulging to week by week who's a Skrull, who's not. I mean, you even look at going even further. You look at the cast of this show, it's got a pretty stellar cast. I mean, you add Olivia Colman, you're getting Don Cheadle back. Obviously, you have Ben Mendelsohn and Nick Fury, Amelia Clark. Like this show has some really prolific actors in there, so I think it's in good hands. I mean, it looks great. So if it's more like that Winter Soldier, just from a Nick Fury lens, and just this kind of you don't know who's who, I think that's a great deal. Yeah. The only thing I keep going back to is this show might have a villain problem. Is the only thing I'm a bit concerned about.
Yeah,
I don't. That's the only thing. Because who's playing the? I forgot how you. What the guy's name is that's playing the villain.
Yeah, I can't. I can't remember off the top of my
which
head,
is presumably he's going to be the Super Skrull. I guess is going to be
maybe Marvel's version of the Super
Skrull.
Skrull. Or maybe maybe that's how the season ends. Like he gets kind of put on ice for a little while until the Fantastic Four comes in, and then they the Skrulls dig him up or unleash him and rebuild him as the Super Skrull. I could see that for sure.
Yeah, but this show's going to be it's going to be a good test to see. This is the first show of the year, and I think Marvel's learned a lot from 2021 and 2022. So going into 2023, wow, we've really been having these shows for 2. I remember right around like 2019 when like this whole thing got announced that they were going to do TV shows. I was like, this is insane. So this is what the 8th live action show or something like that that they've done. So we're really rocking with these. So and there's some rumors about some people that could show up in here. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And then I guess we could just talk about the other Marvel stuff. So Loki and Echo got new release dates. Loki's now coming out October 6th, which is
my birthday present. That's nice. What that is. Yep.
Which is a month or so before Captain Marvel.
It's a month or so before Captain Marvel, but also it's not the time frame that we were told that show was supposed. Not even close. It's like, what was that? That was like 4 or 5 months off of what they said when they said Loki was originally supposed to come out. So definitely feels like a preventative measure. And I mean, even to double down on that, Ant-Man and the Wasp Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania just dropped on Disney Plus. Guess who's not a single piece of the marketing? And it's not even like, they're not in the marketing for this. Even the tagline of the movie says like Ant-Man and the Wasp go on an adventure to the quantum. There's nothing about Kang anywhere in there. So feels very preventative. I wonder if they found a workaround and they removed all of Jonathan Majors scenes from that show and reworked the entire show to get something different. If they really wanted to go for the swing, maybe the whole reason it's delayed is because they're going to recast him with somebody else and we're going to find out who that new person is in Loki.
Yeah, that would be insane. But I mean, I can't rule it out. I mean, this is really, we talked about it when the news broke about him, that this is really uncharted waters for them in this, this decade long run. And as far as like an actor having legal trouble on this level, like, it's really unprecedented for Marvel. So, and we talked about it. I talked about it specifically about, I had thought it was a mistake to announce all this stuff way in advance, because you never know. You really never know, and now they've done this thing, so I mean, we'll see what happens. And then on the Echo front, the interesting thing is that they're gonna dump the whole season at once.
Yep.
They're gonna Netflix it. They're gonna release the whole season in one shot. I think it's a smart move.
Yeah. Because
I don't think the show was going to be able to keep a week-to-week intrigue.
Exactly.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think, if anything, I think it shows... I don't think it necessarily shows their concern for the quality of the product, but just like maybe just the interest of the product over a prolonged amount of time.
I mean, to go back to your point, that's them Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum. Like, that was back in the Bulletproof days, and the Bulletproof days was a couple months ago. It's not like it was years. It was a couple months ago of the Bulletproof phase that they were in, where nothing was really going to rattle them for anything. I think that they were like, okay, Coven of Chaos, Echo, like, we're going to do all these shows, and then I guarantee you that came out, and they were like, who's watching an Echo? And I mean, I told you, like, no offense to Echo, and like I talk about it in Hawkeye all the time. I still think the best episode of Hawkeye is the Echo centered episode. I just don't know that that's the character that you get for a Disney Plus show for 6 weeks straight. I don't think that's. I think you put that character in Daredevil, Born Again. I think that's exactly what you do with her. So,
but I think that will massage them dumping this all at once. Massages that. I think. Like, I think this could potentially be more enjoyable just in a binge, a 6-hour binge shot. Yeah,
just like you're
than having to wait to week. You know, I think it could be a good move. I think it opens up the flexibility to do this with other things in the future. Yep. Just like we talked about Werewolf by Night being a good litmus test for that kind of like those one-shot hour and a half specials. Like, I think that opened up flexibility to do more of those. Right. And I think this could open up flexibility to do more of that.
Right.
Just dumping these things all at once. You want to talk about standing ovations?
Oh, we have to talk about the Cannes Film Festival, the Cannes Film Festival. So this is the Court Corner where we talk about movies. We still have to come up with a name. Court's Cinema Corner. We'll come up with something better. It's got to be more ironic than that. So yeah, Cannes is in full swing. I mean, couple things. I mean, you got the first trailer for Killers of the Flower Moon, so Scorsese's back. Too bad he couldn't make the best movie of the year because Fast X came out. So.
Yep. He already missed that boat.
Yeah, he already missed that boat. So we got to talk about standing ovations and what they mean. So
what they mean.
So Indiana Jones: Dial of Destiny. So it was long. It was long awaited. Obviously, 15 years after Crystal Skull. Apparently, there's Crystal Skull sympathizers, which I didn't know was a thing until apparently these Dial of Destiny reviews started coming out. But apparently, this movie is no bueno, is what a lot of the reviewers are saying. So very unfortunate. I mean, obviously, these are film critics that are. You know what I think too. I also think that, like, they might have walked down the same hallway that, like, Martin Scorsese was walking down. So they're like, well, this is a Disney product. There's no way this has any quality to it. So I think I told you about that. I said, I wonder if some of them are being intentionally tough on this because it's a Disney product, so it's not cinema. But at the same time...
I always thought Indiana Jones was kind of immune to that, though.
Yeah.
Considering this came from...
Spielberg, yeah. So... Who knows? I don't know if this is that's a great point. Like, I don't know if this is see, I always think conspiracy theories with some of these. Like, that's not the fact that this thing could very well be a bad movie. We don't know yet. We haven't seen it yet.
The last one wasn't great.
The last one was not great. But guess who did the last one? Spielberg did do the last one. So.
Yeah, so... I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's things. I mean, good things that came from it is Harrison Ford got a Lifetime Achievement. He got a Ballon d'Or for a Lifetime Achievement, which is awesome. But yeah, I mean, if obviously it's his last movie as Indiana Jones, so hopefully the movie's good. We don't know yet. This is just, obviously it was a critic's view, and then, you know, the people that made the movie. But we don't know. I mean, they said it got a lukewarm 5-minute standing ovation. We have to talk about the ovations now, because what else happened? The Idol came out, so Sam Levinson's next project after, the smash hit of Euphoria. It's sitting at like a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. What else do you got? I mean, on the other side, Killers of the Flower Moon is just being touted as probably, at this point in the year, the best movie of the year right now. And I mean, I was not expecting anything less than Martin Scorsese. So, yeah, all these it's film festival start time now. So you're going to start to see a lot of these early reviews on movies. So, and you know, what was funny about that too, is I was thinking about when they do these types of movies, like, you know, the quote unquote fandom movies at these festivals, like it's tricky waters that you're treading, because again, like, my conspiracy theory brain is just like, you're not going to go and show a Transformers movie at this too, but like you said, like, Indiana Jones was kind of impervious to it because it was Steven Spielberg making these two, and I mean, the first three are amazing movies. So
yeah, it's just, you know, and I just love the verbiage behind, you know, a lukewarm 5-minute. I mean, a 5-minute ovation is are they forced to be 5 minutes? Is that why they put the adjective there?
Well, that's the thing, because like everything that I've seen from the festival is everything gets a standing ovation. Like, that's how it goes. Like, the actual people that made it are sitting next to you.
Maybe the ovation was lukewarm because people were standing and clapping for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Maybe they got tired.
Yeah, maybe they got tired,
yeah.
Especially if they're doing this after every movie that's being shown.
Right.
But I mean, you know, a lot of people compared it to the alleged raucous 5-minute ovation that Top Gun Maverick got.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Ovation corner.
Yeah, ovation corner.
5-minute ovations.
Yeah. Is it better to have a 7? Because Scorsese got 7 minutes, is what the streets are saying.
Our viewing of Fast X got 10 minutes.
Yeah, it actually got 10. It got X
minutes.
It got X minutes, which is awesome. Which was just me and you standing there clapping, and people kicked us out.
Yeah, they walked out. People were walking out. We were just applauding.
Yeah, because we know cinema when we see it. Sorry, Indiana Jones dial. Maybe they should have showed Fast X at Con.
Don't give Vin Diesel any ideas, because he's cooking.
I can't wait till he shows Fast X at Sundance in like 6 years. It's gonna be
definitely thinks he's making movies.
We're gonna get it. We'll get to it. Don't jump the gun.
I don't want to step on it. We got some Gladiator sequel news. So Barry Keoghan has apparently dropped out because of scheduling conflicts. Fred Hetchinger is in talks to replace him as Emperor Geta, but they did add original recipe gladiator Derek Jacobi and May Calloway, who is becoming a big deal.
Yeah, Scarlet Scarab from Moon Knight.
Who apparently Marvel has big plans for.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I do like when Marvel's like, all right, well, we're gonna make even this small role, we're gonna give it, we're gonna give it some oomph a little bit, and because this is their own universe, it's not obviously they're pulling inspiration from the comics, but like there's a designation for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so good on them to make some of these characters, give them a little boost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean. Man, I hope Ridley Scott makes a million movies in the next 5 years. I'll watch anything that Ridley Scott does, but this sequel is quick. Can we add the sequel? Because we're gonna have to replace Oppenheimer in a little bit. So maybe we add Gladiator 2 to the list of movies. Anytime even the most insignificant a role gets cast, that we have to talk about it. We don't have a choice.
Yeah, this cast is
nuts.
Stellar.
I mean, it's
even with Barry Keoghan dropping out.
you still have Denzel, you still have Pedro Pascal, you still have Paul Mescal. Like your cast is, and who was somebody else got cast? I forgot.
Derek Jacobi was cast from.
Or from before. Didn't somebody else join from before too?
Yeah, I can't remember though. There's been so many people.
It was what's her name came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie is shaping up, I think it's not going to be Ridley Scott's there's your magnum opus and then there's your old man magnum opus. So for Scorsese, it's his magnum opus is Goodfellas, but his old man magnum opus is The Irishman. I feel like it's the same way. Ridley Scott's obviously man, he's got a couple. I can easily say Blade Runner, or I could easily say Alien. He's got a few under his belt, but I feel like this one might be his his real swan song to one of my favorite movies of all time. So
yeah, it definitely feels that way.
Bring Russell Crowe back.
You're gonna say Kurt Russell?
I was gonna say. Well, I have Fast and Furious on the brain. Actually, bring Kurt Russell in to be his. I don't know. Find a way for him to be in it.
So Venom 3 is happening. And Chiwetel Ejiofor has been cast as co-star to Tom Hardy in an unknown role.
I know what the role should be.
You already said it.
Yeah,
so
it should. He should be Noel.
Why not?
That's the only thing that I'll listen to. Because you did Riot, and Riot's Riot, and then you do Carnage because you contractually obligate. I love the fact that whole movie was just for that post-credit scene. Because that movie should not exist beyond that post-credit scene, but it does.
Yeah.
They could have just dumped a short on, Sony.com, but they said...
Sony.com.
We have to do a Carnage movie, and then he's... And then
we got that great joke.
Yeah, we did. Not you, father. You, father. See, that's cinema. When they look at, cinema, that's it right there. But yeah, make him Noel. If we're going to do this... Let's do it. Let's go.
You want to get nuts?
Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Yeah, they brought Keaton out of retirement to play Batman. Make Chiwetel Ejiofor. Make him Noel. Make him Noel.
Sure.
He's either going to play Noel or have him play Mordo. That would be hilarious.
Carl? Because what else are you going to do with him?
Unless he's a rogue agent. Because that's so boring. Make him Noel.
Yeah, because what else are you going to do? Who else are you going to make him?
What happens if they find a way to bring Woody Harrelson and Carnage back, and then they have to team up to take down Noel? Oh my god! Ooh, and then if they bring in Andrew Garfield to play Spider-Man,
because they were already. Who's the guy that introduced Toxin? Right, was the last one?
Yeah,
was introduced in the end of the last one.
Yeah,
that cop.
Yeah,
was going to be Toxin.
Yeah,
and I'm surely he's going to be the villain.
No.
So what else you got? What other symbiotes can you do?
Unless they don't do a symbiote and they just do a character from Marvel Comics.
What?
No, there's no other...
Mephisto?
No, make him Noel. It's the perfect thing to do. Oh my god, imagine he comes on screen, he's just I'm actually the symbiote god, if you didn't know.
Could he be Lash?
No, that's boring. No, they did Lash in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Phage?
No.
There's got to be another one.
Nothing's enticing me. This is all boring.
I said Toxin already.
I love how Carnage how Venom just pulls the A of A-list. I'm not even
hybrid. Could he be hybrid?
No, nobody cares.
Could he be Mr. Negative?
No, that would be racially insensitive if he was Mr. Negative. Make him Noel. That's the only
Scream.
No
Plague.
No, Scream already has a franchise. No,
I love all these symbiote names. They're the most extreme things.
Yeah.
Could he be Ghost Rider?
No. That would be kind of funny, but no.
What if they're like Spider-Man adjacent? Because it's got to be like it can't be a spider. It's got to be like Spider-Man adjacent. Like it can't. Like it's got to be like a weird
Hypno
one.
Hustler.
No, they're already doing that. Funny enough, Mysterio.
No,
Nope, they did that already.
Oh, that would be funny if he's like Mysterio from
Big Wheel.
No.
Shocker.
Ooh, I'm the Shocker. I shock people. Michael Keaton was the Vulture.
Hobgoblin.
No. Miles Morales.
Ooh, an older Miles Morales from another timeline.
Yeah. Oh, what if Miles Morales turns into the symbiote god Null, and that's who he's trying to take out?
Carl?
Maybe
can he be Doctor Strange?
The Illuminati?
I just think that's interesting. Because, sure. Make him Null.
Make him Null. Just do it. Have him be the symbiote god.
just full
give him the big sword. Give him the big freaking sword. Bring in all the other symbiotes from the planets. Bring in Andrew Garfield, because they're going to probably put a Spider-Man in this one.
No, I don't know if they're going to do that.
But why not, though? Remember when Andrew Garfield definitely was coming back, and then he just didn't?
Could he be Agony?
No.
That's one.
No.
Dang it.
No, nobody cares about any of these symbiotes.
But they all look cool, and they all have different colors.
They're like the Power Rangers.
Yeah, they did Scream already. Hybrid. I said hybrid.
You said hybrid.
Venom's 9th on this list.
Because he's mid.
Mania?
No.
Space Knight Venom?
No.
Carnage. Scorn?
No.
ZZXZ?
No.
No? One of the most dangerous symbiotes in the Marvel Universe?
No.
Dang it. Toxin?
You said Toxin. And Toxin's going to be in probably the third one.
Anti-Venom?
No. That would be kind of funny. Eddie Brock.
Some might say on the reverse. Alright, we
have to get off Venom.
Mortal Kombat got a trailer.
Yeah, and it slapped.
Not the movie, the game. The game is back.
The game's back, but it's the first one?
You thought it would have been Mortal Kombat 12.
Yeah.
Nope. It's Mortal Kombat. We're going back to the basics.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat 1. For those of you who haven't been keeping up with Mortal Kombat lore, so 9 through 11 are its own storyline, basically. 9 rewrote the original ones, and then 10 went to the future, and then 11 rewrote everything. Rewrote reality. Liu Kang became the new Raiden.
Yeah.
And then he rebuilt the universe.
Right.
So this is where we're at.
Yep.
So Mortal Kombat 1 is the new timeline. The new Liu Kang built timeline, and I already, it came out, it was like big, cool story cinematic trailer, and then the last 30 seconds, they're like, wait a second.
Just
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, let's kill everybody.
Brutal,
brutality.
Full CGI, brutal. It's great.
Well, Robert, it's a video game, so I wasn't expecting anything else than CGI.
It looks cool. Wouldn't be surprised. We have a PlayStation showcase coming up tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit more detail from that, because the big reveal at the end of the trailer, aside from the fact that they're getting a Jean-Claude Van Damme skin for Johnny Cage, is that it's coming out in September.
Yeah, so this game is fast approaching.
Yeah, so less than 4 months, MK12 is coming out.
Homelander's in this game?
That's what they're saying.
And Omni-Man?
Potentially. Peacemaker?
What? Oh, and Peacemaker, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Why not?
Well, yeah, I mean, MK9 really started this.
Yeah, yep.
The big budget guest characters.
Are you a Warner Brothers property?
Yeah,
maybe?
MK9
Then you're
had,
in the game.
Freddy Krueger. It had Kratos.
The Joker.
Well, that was MK11.
Oh, well, right.
And then MKX had the Predator. It had the Alien from Alien. It
Didn't have Rambo?
Rambo was MK11. Terminator was also MK11. RoboCop was MK11. So, this has become kind of like Mortal Kombat's shtick now, is these guest characters. Homelander has been rumored for quite a while.
Yeah.
Mostly because, NetherRealm is figuring out how can we get Superman in a Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah.
And
you do Homelander.
Yeah, you just get Homelander.
If Anthony Starr doesn't voice
I would be surprised if he didn't. I mean, they got Stallone to do the Rambo stuff. They got Peter Weller to do the RoboCop stuff. So they're not shy on getting the actors. Like they don't they don't muck around with the budget. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got Anthony Starr to be Homelander. Would not be surprised if they got John Cena for Peacemaker.
And J.K. Simmons to play Omni-Man if they do that.
None of that would surprise me. Like I said, they're getting a Jean-Claude Van Damme skin for Johnny Cage, which is, I love their attention to detail because for those who do not know, Mortal Kombat was built off the bones of a Bloodsport game that was supposed to come out in the 90s.
You're Bloodsport from DC Comics.
And that never... Nope, not that Bloodsport.
You're Bloodsport from Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes, and that never came to fruition. So off the bones of this Bloodsport prototype that they had, they built Mortal Kombat. And obviously Johnny Cage is an homage to Jean-Claude Van Damme. So much like Mortal Kombat 1, this whole Jean-Claude Van Damme thing with Mortal Kombat has come full circle. Right. So I think that's pretty cool. They've always been really cool with their kind of attention to detail. Even in the Injustice franchise, getting, all the voice actors that you know from Injustice to voice the superheroes. So super cool. Super excited. We do have that PlayStation Showcase that we're definitely going to talk about next week.
Yeah. I wonder what game's going to get talked about tomorrow.
Yeah, because this is the big one. I'm
sick and tired of that just one screen grab from that first little Spider-Man. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, this is not a state of play. It's not, like a 30-minute thing. It's going to be an hour-long presentation of, everything. They're emptying the clip, basically.
They are.
I feel like they sense the weakness of Microsoft, and they're like, we're just going to bury them now?
But maybe that's what they were waiting for this whole time. And I mean, we're in a world where single-player games are now they are going to be the mainstay of gaming, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, Xbox is kind of reeling right now. They had the deal with Activision has hit some pretty major roadblocks, if you haven't been following that. Microsoft did make a play to purchase Activision, and it's run into heaps of roadblocks in several different countries, so it feels like that deal's going to fall apart. They had the much-anticipated Redfall release to horrific reviews. So now it feels like Sony is ready to put Xbox in the dirt.
Maybe they weren't going to do the state of play tomorrow, and then they saw them, that Xbox just was fumbling all over the place. They were like, "Oh, we're going to bury you now."
And then this comes off the back of the news that Sony is looking to ramp up their budget for studio acquisitions.
Yeah. Yep.
So they're. And then, I mean, we've been talking about for weeks the cinematic side of what they're doing. So it feels like tomorrow is going to be a big deal. I wonder if they will do some TV. Like, that would be kind of crazy if they were like, we're going to give you like an experience.
Yeah, like it's going to be like the first announcements for the Ghost of Tsushima movie. I also am not going to get surprised if they announce Ghost of Tsushima 2. I just don't think there's any way, shape, or form that game doesn't get a sequel.
Oh, it's definitely getting a sequel. It's just a matter of when.
I'm telling you, man, I got the blueprint for the next game. You just do the crazy stuff. Do all the make it, put some lore in there, and then all the Ghost of Tsushima Legend stuff, just make it so it's like actually happened. So like there's actually like they're calling on the spirits of the Oni, all that crap. Put it in there, and then have Jin, get superpowered, whatever. Or you could just make another samurai game, because that first one was great. Is it time?
It's time. Fast X.
Spoiler word. We're not even wasting time. There's no wasting time. So this movie starts, right? We're
just jumping right into it.
This movie starts, and a car. They're in LA, and this car's just it's drifting, whatever. It's Dom's muscle car drifting, and then lo and behold, the car door opens, and it's Lil Brian, and he's just driving the car. Guess how old is Lil Brian?
He's gotta be like 10.
He's 10. He's just drifting. And he basically, Dom's just giving him a driving lesson.
And a life lesson.
Because Dom has no other choice in these movies. And in this movie specifically, he's on one. He just gives out life lessons.
It's so crazy. I mean, this movie is just hilariously insane.
I'm only going to give like a one-sentence review. This is the worst movie I have seen in the longest time.
I mean, my review, quote unquote, that I wrote after we saw it, I said it was one of the most unhinged, nonsensical, hilariously scripted, satirically performed, batshit insane movies I've ever seen, and I loved it.
Yeah. See, I was looking at all these reviews and I was like, I was kind of dreading seeing this movie too. I was like, ugh. Like, we got to cut it out. And then I was watching it, and I had like that video. I mean, it's from Always Sunny, but like where Danny DeVito's in the theater and he's having like a euphoric experience. That was me watching Fast X, because I get it now. I understand it. I don't understand why anybody takes these seriously. That is the number one problem.
There's one person.
Yes. Yep. Let's get into it.
There's one person in this entire situation that takes these movies with the utmost seriousness, and it's Vin Diesel.
Yes.
He loves these movies.
Yes.
He loves the story.
Yep.
He loves writing them.
Yep.
He loves everything about them. Everybody else is in on it.
Yeah. Brie Larson, she's in on it. Kurt Russell was in on it from the second he signed on. He was in on it.
Tyrese,
I
told you before, I'm pretty sure none of Tyrese's dialogue is written down.
No.
He just goes in there and wings it.
Yeah. Pete Davidson was in on it.
Pete Davidson is in this, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
In London, and he's not British.
Nope.
He's just Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Great. I love that.
Everybody's in on it. This is some practical joke.
And there is not a single person who's more in on it than Jason Momoa.
Oh,
the shining star of this movie.
God, was he incredible.
I could talk about this performance for hours.
Yeah.
He is the Fast and Furious. I mean, people have said this point. He's the Fast and Furious's answer to the Joker.
Yeah.
He just is.
Down to the fact that, like...
He wears purple.
He's canonically mentally insane.
Yep.
Oh, man. And then you want to talk about family? So, and it's poetic, because it's halfway through the franchise, his character was, is pulling all of his motivations from, and then you get to the 10th one, and then he's there. Guess who Jason Momoa is playing? The villain from Fast Five's son. That was the guy that was driving the car of the miscellaneous car that got thrown off the bridge in the end of that movie.
I told you,
why not?
There's no movie franchise that adheres to a tighter continuity than this.
Yeah. You want to talk? You want to start some? I'm here to start a dialogue that it might have the best continuity amongst any franchise.
The logic,
airtight.
It's airtight.
There's no cracks. There's no holes in this.
Remember Vin Diesel's wife? Person from Fast and Furious 8, she's got a sister. And it's Daniela Melchior.
Because she's in everything now. She's in everything. And did she give another monologue in this movie about her emotional past? Yup, because that's her acting chops.
Remember Scott Eastwood?
Yup.
He's back.
He's Captain America now. Or is Vin Diesel Captain? No, Vin Diesel's Captain Corona.
I was going to say he's Batman, but John Cena's character is definitely Batman.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, sure.
John Cena's back.
Yeah, John Cena's back. He's just cool. All right.
What happened to that character?
Look, there are 8 movies that take place in this movie.
It's insanity.
All right, you ready? You ready for this?
Yeah.
So there's the main movie, right?
Dom.
There's Dom versus Dante Reyes.
Yes.
Cool. That's movie number 1. There's movie number 2. Which is the team. So Tej, Roman, Ramsey.
The family.
So it's the family. So it's Tej, Roman, Ramsey, and Han.
Good job remembering all the characters' names.
There is the C movie, which is the newfound agency, which absorbed whatever they were working for before. I guess
think it was always the same agency. They just
new leadership.
Yeah.
And who's the new leader?
Jack Reacher. Alan Richard.
And he's great. He's great. Like, I hate to give this franchise props, but like, you want to talk about them injecting the right people into these movies? Like,
it's perfectly cast.
It is. Like, I thought Jason Momoa is what? He's like 6'3". Like, he's like a cool, like, 220. Like, Jason Momoa's a unit.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Alan Richard's standing, and I'm like, holy hammer, this guy's yoked. This is crazy. And I was like, and then John Cena's also there, and Vin Diesel's still in I'm like, Toad, this is insane. So Alan Richard's there. He's leading the agency. Guess who's Kurt Russell has a daughter, and it's Brie Larson. Charlize Theron's still in this.
Yep.
And that's the C movie, or no, that's the D movie, because the agency part is the C movie, because that movie can see, this is like its own film, because the C movie of the agency is Kurt Russell's character's gone missing and his daughter's coming back for vengeance against the agency. That's its own movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now we have the D movie. Letty's been arrested. And now her and Charlize Theron are in a Prison Break remake.
It's Hobbs and Shaw about ladies.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw about ladies. They box, they punch a bit, and then they're mates as it goes. That's the D movie. And then you have the E movie, which is the Jacob and Little Brian team
Road trip.
Uncle Son, the Uncle Buck movie. So you got that. Do we have any more in here?
I mean, if you want to get really down to it, you have the redemption of Shaw.
Yeah, so Shaw's got his own movie.
The Shaw redemption?
Well, yeah, because he's going to save his mom. He's going to go save his mom and his sister.
Helen Mirren, by the way.
Yeah, Helen Mirren, who also is the mother of Vanessa Kirby and of Luke Evans. Mm-hmm. That's the E movie.
We'll save that for the end.
Yes.
Because we pieced it together.
Mm-hmm. Isn't there... Oh, and then we have an F movie, because guess what? Gal Gadot was filming cameos for late movies the whole first half of the year, because she's back and she's working for Cypher, and
Is she?
Well, they have to be working together. Because guess who's... Remember the sub from 8? You're the nuclear sub from Fast
Fate of the Furious.
Well, Giselle's just in there.
And she's like...
Yeah. She doesn't say anything. She just waves.
She crashes through the ice in Antarctica.
I'm going to spoil my best bit. My best bit was the title cards during the whole movie.
I loved it.
And my favorite title card was the Antarctica one, because Letty's like, she's like, nope.
She saw it.
Yeah, she's just like, nope, I'm done.
She saw the title card.
Great. So yeah, there's like 7 movies in this movie.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah, you looked at me like 30 minutes in, and you're like, there's like 2 movies, like there's 3 different movies going on right now.
Tonally all over the place.
Because, like, dude, and this is why I also think that Vin Diesel really thinks they're making some cinema. Remember that scene where, like, it's like the classic villain sets up the reel of everything that's going on? I bet you Vin Diesel did that, like, dramatic turn. He's like, cut. And he's just like, he said, get that to editing.
The dumb storyline.
But then it immediately jumps to, like, Tej and Roman, like, just having childhood art. Like, it jumps from, like, a drama to, like, a full-out action movie to, like, a buddy cop movie to, like, just a comedy movie. Like, it's nuts.
The Dom Toretto storyline is so melodramatic and so, like, seriously performed that even when John Cena's character is reinserted into the Dom storyline, he gets serious again.
Yeah, because he was... You want to talk about the most unserious of turns for... And this is saying something in this franchise. The most unserious of characters has to be Jacob, because I'm not even joking, he just turns into Uncle Buck in this movie. It's nuts.
Yeah, because in Fast 9 he's this straight-laced,
serious,
super capable, like,
military, ex-military, near super. He's wearing Hawaiian shirts, and like he's just
cracking jokes.
He's got bits. He has a mini plane. Oh my god.
That's why he's Batman.
Oh my god.
He's got a little plane.
He like drops in the house. He's like, "What's up, little Brian?" I'm like, "What? Who are you?"
And he proceeds to use bullet holes that are shot through the door and shoot guys through those bullet holes. And I'm like, what is this? And then he's super jokey.
Yep. They're listening to Good Vibrations in the car and dancing. I'm like, this is not the same guy. But as soon
as he's within...
With Dom, yep.
As soon as he's within Dom's airspace, it's like the comedy gets sucked out of the room.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh...
I need to save the day.
And he does. But the only character that can break through that melodrama...
Oh, there's also a OG Fast and Furious movie in here for a little bit, too.
Yeah, let's race! You see that in the trailer where Buddy from whichever one, he's back.
Yeah. I'm gonna spoil that's the saddest death in the movie, too.
Because it's the only one that feels like it's gonna stick.
Yeah, and I was like, no. And I was like, don't make me feel anything for these movies, because I don't want to.
Dante Reyes loves him a mine, doesn't he?
Oh my gosh. Man,
he's throwing mines all over the place.
Yeah, he's got heaps of bombs. He's got every bomb in the northeastern hemisphere. He's got everything. He's him.
So what's his plan?
Anarchy.
Upset the order?
Yeah. Some men are not looking for anything logical. Some men just want to watch the family burn. Coin it.
I'm just like a dog chasing a car. I don't know what if I do. I got one. He's unchanged.
Jason Momoa looked at like credible villains, and he's just like, it's gone. It's insane.
He drops a neutron bomb in the middle of Rome.
Dude, okay, all right. So this movie starts, and like the agency's like, we're gonna take down, right? The agency's
well, no,
like,
the agency sends Roman, Tez, and Ramsey on a mission to Rome.
But it's not the agency that sent them. It was Jason Momoa who infiltrated the agency.
Well, yeah. But they don't know that.
Right.
Because then Scott Eastwood shows up.
Yeah, you're Scott Eastwood from Clint Eastwood. It was crazy.
You're Scott Eastwood from Fate of the Furious.
Yeah, so he's back.
But he's got a beard now because passage of time.
Yeah, is he Brie Larson's brother? No, but yes.
No, but yeah.
Oh man, what a moment in the movie would be if like, I never told you this, little Mr. Nobody. I'm your son and that's your sister. Man. These really do write themselves.
So Scott Eastwood's like, I didn't send them to Rome.
Yeah.
We don't have a mission in Rome.
He's like,
Vin Diesel's like, oh my God.
They're walking into a trap.
But before that, Charlize Theron shows up.
Yep, because everybody's in this movie.
She just shows up and she's like, ugh.
Just so you know, Charlize Theron won an Oscar. That's going to be my running bit for the whole thing. Whenever you're going to mention somebody, I'm going to tell you an award that they won.
And Dom's like, I should kill you where you stand. Remember what you did to Elena? Yeah. And Cypher's like, yes. How could I forget? It was the best day of my life.
You know what? Shout out Michelle Rodriguez, because like she's like the most supportive mom, because it's like, you know, when like somebody's
she
like,
also played this role in Dungeons and Dragons.
She did do the same.
She did do this role.
I heard she did the same exact thing. So it's hilarious because I love how like she's like playing along with I'm talking real world. She's the only one that's actually playing along with Vin Diesel for this.
Yeah, it's tremendous. So they get to Rome. And Jason Momoa's there.
It's in, like, you want to talk action? It's on. Like,
oh, yeah.
Remember when we talked about John Wick and, like, great action? This is horribly amazing action. It's loud. It's dumb. There's no physics that makes sense.
No.
Everything's gone.
As soon as that bomb starts tumbling through the streets.
Oh, yeah.
For miles.
Yeah.
This bomb tumbling through the streets of Rome sequence makes the airstrip sequence in 5 seem tame.
Or even the car sequence in 7, like when they were doing all the magnetics with the cars. It just makes it seem like nothing happened.
Because the airstrip sequence in 5 is out of control. That airstrip is 45 miles long. Yep. But this bomb tumbling...
Oh, it's 6, right?
6, yeah. The bomb tumbling through the streets of Rome is amazing. I told you the only way that this would have been better is if it was an old-timey bomb with a big fuse on it. That would have been so much better.
Yeah, and then I doubled down and I said, you know what would have made Jason Momoa even better of a villain? If that, when the bomb goes off, it just said bang, and then like a bomb just goes off in like LA. Yeah, in a different city.
It's a fake bomb.
It's a fake bomb.
If that thing was just tumbling through the streets and it was like... Meanwhile, Dom's like furiously chasing after it. That bomb gets set on fire.
Yep, and just doesn't go off.
And then it stops.
Yep.
And then it starts tumbling again.
Meanwhile, this is a neutron bomb, apparently.
This is the Fast and Furious equivalent of the Batman 69 episode where you're running around this. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Yeah. It's that, but it's Fast and Furious.
It's insane.
He drives down the set of stairs backwards.
But, like, also, like, so, alright, so this is where the movie starts getting... I hate the fact that I'm using actual cinema terms for this. The movie starts just getting tonally... absolutely a smorgasbord of tones, because then Tej and Roman pull up and like it's Lil Tej, which is like the model from like Too Fast Too Furious, and then like Roman, what happened to Roman's character?
Because he was a cop in Too Fast Too Furious, right?
Roman?
Yeah.
Well, he was undercover at that point, but still he worked for some type of structure, right?
Where he was, funny but competent.
He's like Plastic Man now. Like, I don't know what the best way to explain this now, but he's just a big joke now. Yeah. And it's like he does not have he has no redeeming qualities.
He can drive.
Well, he has Roman has the most discernible arc in this movie, I would argue. So Roman's whole arc in this movie is that he wants to be a leader. He wants to
be the new Dom.
He wants to be the new Dom. He just wants to be the leader of the team, but he keeps messing up every way of every stretch imaginable. He just keeps messing up. He's got a gold Lamborghini. Yeah. Han's just there.
Yeah.
Han does nothing in this
Who is the
movie.
one who has been working for the agency longer than any of them?
Han.
Yeah.
Han's just doing absolutely...
He's just sad and single.
Why did they bring... Oh, never mind.
We know why.
Yeah.
You know, now we know.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to close up that arc with Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Remember that time you thought you killed me, but I was a hologram,
Yeah.
Jason Statham?
Yeah.
It's only one time a man knocks on another man's door. Revenge.
Jason... What a get. What a get.
He's in this.
Jason Statham's still in this. For like 5 minutes.
But this is also because they're setting up other things
Right.
that we're going to talk about later. But this bit also has one of my... Just the moment I knew Jason Momoa's character was going to be amazing.
Yeah, go do it.
The Vatican bit.
Yeah. So like it's tumbling through Rome, and they're like, "Oh no, Dom! The bomb's gonna reach the Vatican. You need to stop it."
Well,
or
because
else."
Jason Momoa was like, well...
They all turned into NPCs when that happened. They just stopped their acting and they just turned.
Well, because Jason Momoa established his Jokerdom with
Yeah.
Charlize Theron's character when she gets all her guys to put their guns on Jason Momoa, and he's like, why don't you all pick up your phone simultaneously because I've captured all of your families.
Mm-hmm.
How did he do that?
Because he's Dante Reyes.
So yeah, he keeps these two guys with him, the nerds, as he
Mm-hmm.
calls them. Come on, nerds. And he's asking them, like, what should we blow up in Rome? And he's like, the Vatican, you say? He's like, all right, I'll do it, but you guys are going to hell.
I knew acting was upon us. Like,
So this bomb is tumbling through the streets of Rome, and they're like, Dom, you gotta get rid of it. Get rid of the bomb. Dump it in the ocean. Because the whole thing is like, Dante wants to frame them as terrorists, essentially. And it's success. Mission success. Letty gets arrested. Dom buries the bomb in the water, but it still levels like half a city.
but no one dies.
No casualties.
Yeah.
So says the news.
Yeah.
But the news lies. Fake
Yep.
news.
Yep.
So, yeah, they're wanted. The whole family is wanted fugitives.
Yeah.
Their bank accounts get drained. Dante steals all their money.
Dante's by far the most capable villain. Like, if you thought Cypher was capable, it's not even close.
Well, yeah, he won-up Cypher in the beginning of the movie.
See? They did what they did with Thanos because he's better than Thanos.
So, yeah, so we get the family... That's when this family gets split up.
Yep.
And we go
Yep.
fun side story adventure with the fun team.
Yep. So there's this is B. So this is the B side of the mixtape.
Han, Tez, Roman, not Cypher, Ramsey.
Ramsey. Yep.
They're escaping wherever.
They have like 3 different escape, like not like just normal escapes. They're all like
Yeah.
bit escapes that they have 3 times.
Letty ends up in a black site prison.
Yep.
Dun dun dun.
Yep.
We'll get to that. And then there's melodramatic Dom's story.
Yeah.
And then Jacob and little Brian.
Yeah.
Because Mia's taking care of little Brian.
And the
then-
agency.
And the agency shows up at the behest of Dante, to go get little Brian and Mia. And then Jacob shows up and he's like, hello, I'm John Cena. His name is John Cena. Ba-ba-da-ba. So he shows up, and the whole thing is Jacob is going to take Brian to Dom at this rendezvous.
Well, they're going to meet
point.
everybody there.
Yeah, everyone's going to the rendezvous point. Dom goes back to Brazil. He's like, I remember Fast 5. I have to go back to Brazil. And he does. And he meets, he goes to the Fast and Furious race.
Yeah, so we're back to Fast and Furious again.
Yep. Dante shows up.
And this is where he really starts chewing the scenery.
Whew.
God.
He's just, it's amazing.
Pulls up with a full squad.
Full squad. He's in silk
Just a
pants,
silk purple
jumpsuit,
top and bottom. It's incredible.
purple Impala.
Oh my god, purple and he's him.
It's great. And then let's race.
Let's race.
Because Dante's like, you beat me in a Fast and Furious race.
Yeah, and I'll stop.
It's full Joker.
I love that might be my favorite line. It's just like if you lose the race, he's like, well, don't lose. He said, don't lose.
Yeah.
So there's this other street racer that's just really freaking good, Danielle Melchior, and then it's the guy from Fast 5. I forget.
4 or 5.
4 or 5, whichever one it was. He's there, and that's Dom's boy because he came back in 8. He came back in 8, and then he's just like, oh, we're friends now, even though we were beefing in the other one.
Yeah.
But, it's the 4 of them race. And then Jason Momoa is just joking around the whole time. He's just having a laugh.
Hanging out the window.
It
invokes very Joker from the Dark Knight when he's hanging out the side of the...
Yeah, yep. Don't stop. That was crazy.
So, he gives Dom this very cryptic line before the start of the race.
Well, that's the whole thing for Dom, and that's like Dom's whole arc is like, you think your family makes you invincible? He's like, nah, what am I doing? This is a Fast and Furious movie.
You think your family makes you strong?
No,
it makes you weak.
Makes you weak. So he's just like, who are you gonna save, Dom?
How do you choose which ones to save?
Yep.
Dom.
So he
looks at Daniela Melchior, and then he looks at his homie.
Yep.
From the other movie, and he's like, well, she's hot. So.
Well, that's Daniela Melchior, so we gotta kill the other guy.
Sorry, guy, you're going up in smoke.
And was that the saddest death in this movie? And a movie that also killed John Cena?
Whoa!
That was the sadder death. I'm gonna argue with the wall.
I can't argue because, there's no way Cena's death sticks.
No, he's alive.
There's no way Jacob's dead.
He is alive.
But yeah, Vin Diesel, Dante throws 2 more mines at Danielle Melchior's car and the other guy's car, and
dude, how, Sway?
He also did that same thing to Scott Eastwood.
No. How did Dom flip his car and hit the bomb off of her dog? There's just no...
Well, that's only like the 4th most ridiculous thing.
That's probably like the 7th most ridiculous thing that happens.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
The tech in these movies make absolutely no sense.
So he saves her, and then he's like, "Oh, you're Elena's sister."
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, and
it all comes back because this logic is airtight.
Yeah, because little Brian needed a aunt.
This continuity is airtight.
Yeah.
She's Elena's sister, and she's like, "My sister always believed in."
She was the good one, and I was the bad one. He's like, Dom's like, we're all good. And that's it.
And he's like, I'm going to go after Dante. And she's like, let me come with you. And he's like, no, it's too dangerous.
Yeah, I can't lose another one.
I can't lose another person in the family. Why is this storyline so dramatic?
It is dramatic. Because he's making cinema. So, meanwhile, the freaking B team, right, is... just so they need to get out of there. They need to get out of Rome because they need money. They need money. So
and then
the shipping container. So Roman's like, all right, I'm gonna get you guys out of there. He said we'll go to London, and Ramsey's like, we're gonna go to the place with the most surveillance cameras in the world. He's like, uh-oh. So they go in a. Dude, they went from the most serious scene and somebody dies, and then Tej opens the thing and he's just like, "You put us in a shipping container with aftershave? I can't breathe. We're being choked out." And like Roman's like, "This is the greatest smell. I don't know what y'all are talking about." Dog, what are any of the scenes of them doing anything have to do with anything?
Crazy. It's so crazy. Meanwhile, John Cena and Little Brian are just getting on the plane.
Yeah, they run into Debbie Ryan and her husband. What is any of this?
Yeah, they're bonding.
Oh, well, okay. Meanwhile, he's got this just large black bag that he's carrying around the airport.
It's a canoe.
How did he get that through airport security?
Because he had people on the inside at the airport.
He had Paul Walker's daughter in there.
Yeah.
Nice cameo.
Nice cameo. What else is that? Oh, Letty's in prison.
Yeah, so Letty
she meets with Brie Larson's character, because Brie Larson confronts Alan Rich, and she's like,
before that, she goes to Dom. So there's a bar after the scene.
I can't even keep up with
after
all the beats of
the
this
Fast
movie.
and Furious 1 movies in there. There's right. They do the she's at the bar, like. Obviously, Dom has to get out of there because it's hot. Dante's like owning Brazil right now.
Well, she confronts Alan Richard before that, right?
Oh, in the all CGI room?
Yeah.
Because they lost all the budget?
Yeah, when she's like, the Fast and Furious family are the good guys, and Alan Richard's like, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Because Alan Richard becomes the audience surrogate.
Well, before that, we find out who she is.
Yeah, she's Mr. Nobody's daughter.
Yeah.
Mrs. Mr. Nobody.
Or Lil Nobody.
And
or is Lil Nobody Scott Eastwood, who's in this movie for 7 minutes?
And Alan Ritchson delivers maybe the most meta, self-aware thing. And he goes, these people have defied God and gravity on more than one occasion. And then he goes, they're not a family, it's a cult with cars.
Yep.
Alan Ritchson was doing the acting.
Well, he's just like, I hate barbecue. He said, you gotta know me, I hate barbecues.
Yeah. And so he puts it up to a vote. And
then the Shadow Council shows up.
Yeah, the Avengers.
Like,
the World Security Council is here.
There's no practical shot in that whole scene. It's insane.
They do a vote, and they vote.
Who are those people? They're just, what's going on? This whole franchise was about racing cars. They raced cars in the first one, and they did a little heist here and there. What happened? Now it's insane. This isn't real. There's no way this is real. The first movie, they just raced a couple times, and there was a guy that played a cop that had to infiltrate. That was it.
And then they bonded at the end.
Then they bonded. That was it. That was the movie.
Now we have the World Security Council.
Now it's the Avengers. I don't understand. It's crazy. That whole scene just summed up. Because it was like...
Well, because Alan Ritchson was there explaining how ridiculous it was.
Just looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger in there, and then Captain Marvel walks in, and then there's just a million virtual screens in an all CGI room, and then random rogue official... Dude, they used to race cars. It's hitting me right now. This is insane.
So they vote, and they vote that the agency can go after the family. And Alan Ritchson's like, get out.
Get out.
Get out, Brie Larson.
And I'm coming for you, Lassie.
And so she leaves, and she's like, I'll do things my way. Mm-hmm. So she's gone rogue. She finds Dom, and she's like, I need to get Letty out of wherever she is. Mm-hmm. I need to find her. And Dom's like, take this. Yeah. Take this and give it to her.
He gave her some line.
Take the thing.
He gave her some Vin Diesel written line in there.
Something about family, I'm sure. So she goes to the black site prison, and Letty's like...
why is she so on Dom's side?
Brie Larson?
Yeah.
Because she believes. She's Mr. Nobody's daughter. And Mr. Nobody worked with them for so long. He worked with Han for so many years.
Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift canonically takes place in 2015. They had Nokias. This is crazy.
So she goes to the black site prison and she's like, Letty, I have a message from Dom.
Yeah. I cut the audio because this is a superhero movie now.
But then I'm going to show you this cross that Alan Ritchson's going to be able to zoom and enhance on later on. We got a zoom and enhance trope in this movie.
Yeah, we did.
And she's like, I got a plan, but you're going to have to trust me. She stabs Letty.
Yep.
Sends her to the infirmary, and then I love this. I love the Michelle Rodriguez Charlize Theron stuff. It's genuinely good.
It's by far my favorite. It was one of my favorite things. So like they're there, and like Charlize Theron because she's the world's greatest hacker. But Ramsey also is the world's greatest hacker.
Letty wakes up.
But Tej is also the world's greatest hacker. Tej just owned the car. God. Tej just owned the car shop in 2. That was it. There was no indication that he knew how to use a freaking computer. But now he's the world's greatest hacker.
Letty wakes up next to Cypher and she's like, "Hello, sunshine." And I love Letty's reaction. She's like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" Like this fucking Cypher's here. So they stage an escape. Cypher somehow is able to.
Well, she hacks into the table and reverse.
Yep. She sure does.
It doesn't.
She reverses the ventilation and sends sleeping gas into the room. She's like, "Well, it's time for us to escape." And Michelle Rodriguez.
No. Let me hold on. So they need to get out of here. Like, there's no time left.
Wait, this was presumably like the plan.
Yeah, this is the plan.
Staged.
Yep.
Like, we're going to get you and Cypher together, and you guys are going to break out.
Right. So Michelle Rodriguez looks at her, and she goes, How many minutes we got? Cypher's like, about 4. And Michelle Rodriguez is like, good. Boom! Right to the face, and they just start fighting. And I'm like, what does this have to do with literally anything?
I'm guessing...
Well, I know it's because they don't... Obviously, Charlize Theron almost ended the world 2 times, but...
I'm guessing it's because Letty just figured only one of us is getting out of here. Like, I don't want to escape with you, and you don't want to escape with me. Like, I'm gonna get to you before you get to me.
Well, this is just Hobbs and Shaw again.
Yeah, because Charlize Theron's like, I need you because we both need to pull these things. Mm-hmm. And then presumably Michelle Rodriguez is like, was anticipating a double cross. Mm-hmm. So she beat Cypher to the punch, physically and metaphorically.
Yeah.
And then she escapes and she gets out.
Oh, this is the best bit in this movie. There's so many good bits.
Antarctica, and she's like, nope.
Yep. She's like, nope, and just closes the door and just goes right back in.
And Cypher was waiting with snow gear, and she's like, great plan, huh? Like you're back. Mm-hmm. So they go to escape together. Yeah.
And this is like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, and then it's just Dom uncovering Dante's secrets. So him and Daniela Malchior work together, and she's like,
"Oh, dude, my God,
Reyes owned."
She just had all the files.
Yeah, she had all of Lena's files, and she was like,
"Why? Why?"
And she was like,
"Doesn't make any sense."
All of Reyes's properties, went to crap except for one.
Yeah,
the police station. Dom's like, "That's where we need to go," because Dom's storyline is so serious. Yep. So he goes to the police station, and Dante sets up the Riddler-esque room of memories.
When Thomas Wayne refused?
With the projection screen, and Dom's like, oh my God, he's got all the other Fast and Furious movies in here.
Wayne.
He knows who I am.
And then, look, I just in my mind think Vin Diesel like really thought he was doing the movie making in that scene.
Yes,
like he did that like little turn, and then he's just like
with all the images covering.
Yeah, and it's like and I'm like, oh my God, he really thinks he's making some cinema right now.
And then we basically just have Dom for the rest of the movie,
right? Until
the B team shows up right at the end,
right? So. Before that, so they're in London. The fun team, they're in London. They so obviously they have no more money left. They need to escape. They need some guns. They need guns and cars. So they go to this backdoor little secret hole in the wall that Ramsey knows about to see an old contact of hers. Guess who the old contact is?
Pete Davidson.
It's Pete Davidson, because why not? An American comedian in London. So he's there. Obviously, he betrays them.
Sells them out.
Yep.
Tej and Roman fight.
Okay. So they just start fighting. And it's like what I assume if like Robert De Niro and Al Pacino were to like have a fist fight today is exactly how that fight goes. It is a slow motion, and it's like a Disney Channel comedy movie fight in a lunchroom.
For no reason.
It just does not need to be here. It doesn't make any sense. And then Roman just pulls out some mysterious powder and just throws it in the air. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But
doesn't do anything. And then they leave.
Yeah, the big thing is that Roman just has the cash on him. Like, he just keeps all his cash strapped to his body.
He needs receipts. That's a good bit. I enjoyed that bit.
He needs the receipts.
Especially the bit with Statham later is pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. Han's like, I know where we can go.
Well, also in this scene, Han gets a weed muffin.
Yeah.
Or a hallucinogen muffin, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then he just eats it. And then he's just tripping out while they're fighting on the ground. And then he just stops. And Ramsey's just there.
Yep.
Not doing anything.
Nope.
And Pete Davidson's just cracking jokes.
Yep.
And this is an actual scene in this movie.
Yeah.
That just probably did not need to be here.
At all. Because what they do is they just leave.
They just leave.
And then Han's like, I know where we can go.
Yep.
And they go and knock on the door. Who answers?
It's a British box, ain't it? So, some random guy with his hood up in a graced hoodie's just hitting a punching bag.
Deckard Shaw's back.
And Deckard Shaw, because everybody's back.
I loved his intro as if it was like a Rocky movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the hood up, and he's just hitting a punching bag.
Yeah.
And then the door, and then he's like, it's only one reason a man comes to another man's house. Revenge.
Yep.
Him and Han are about to fight.
Yep. But the agency shows up because the agency's after everybody.
Yeah, because they're after Shaw.
Yeah, Alan Richards like, we're just gonna take everybody that's ever been in contact with this family out because I hate these stupid kung fu having idiots.
So yeah, Han and Shaw team up. Mm-hmm. And then Shaw's like, they're going after me, mum.
I gotta go get me brother.
I gotta help. You want help? You got it. And then I do like Tej is like, why don't you get a receipt from him, Roman? So I'm gonna give you the cars. I'm gonna give you the weapons. And a plane, presumably.
Remember when he got that small backpack and he proceeded to put 28 weapons
like 30
in there?
guns in it.
Just heaps of, he turned into John Wick for I need a gun.
He presumably gives them the plane, too?
Yeah.
That's from Shaw?
Yeah.
We'll get to Shaw in a bit.
Yeah. Helen Mirren also, she did show up earlier in this movie.
She did?
Because Dom's just like, I need Mr. Nobody, and she's just like, well, he's gone.
He's gone, love.
Yeah. I'm Helen Mirren from Shazam 2.
She loves these types of movies.
Yeah, I love her for that. Of hers just like, I'm done doing I'm just not doing any more serious roles.
So yeah, Deckard Shaw's like, I gotta go save me mom. Mm-hmm. She's in danger.
Yeah.
See you later.
And that's it. He's in this movie for like 6 minutes and then he's gone.
Shaw does absolutely nothing. So we get back to the dramatic storyline. We're back on the bridge. Somehow the bridge returns.
This is the same bridge.
Dante's like, you remember this bridge? You ruined my life on this bridge.
I love the fact that he just was the other car that was tailing them, because I remember the other car from the movie just getting yeeted off that bridge.
Big fight.
Yep.
Dom flips up a car with one arm.
Yep. Dude.
Amazing.
Oh my god. It's like, so all the craps... Brie Larson just shows up. Wait, what did I say? I said they did the tropes from other franchises in this movie, because, like, Brie Larson does exactly what Captain Marvel does in Endgame, where she just shows up at the very last point.
Oh, and also before this, Alan Ritchson comes to terms with Dom.
Yeah, they're like, he's just like, you know what, Dom? You're not too bad. Maybe I will stop by a barbecue. I'm in.
I'm in the family.
Yeah, I'm in the family. Wonderful.
Dom's like... family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. He's just like more family.
This has never backfired before. Once you're in the family, you're in the family for life.
Right.
I trust you, Alan Rickman.
Yep.
Not Alan Rickman. Alan Ritchson.
R.I.P. Alan Rickman. Oh, imagine if Alan Rickman was in these movies.
Dominic Toretto. God. Yeah, so big fight in the bridge. Dom gets... This is where the real Batman Joker comes out, because Dante... It's very clear Dante is not a physical match.
No, this is the...
Because who is?
I don't know about that.
You think he's putting on an act?
I can't wait until he gets the fists go. He's waiting. He's waiting.
He's cracking jokes. Mm-hmm. He's like, ow, man.
Ow, man? He said, I thought I'm more of a... What did he say? I'm more of a... what's it called guy? But you just seem to be a nutcracker guy.
Phantom the Opera, I think he said.
Yeah.
So yeah, Brie Larson shows back up, and Alan Ritchson shows up, and they're like, we got you.
Yeah.
But then Dante has a sniper and a helicopter that shoots Brie Larson.
Yep.
He takes the God's Eye. Mm-hmm. You're the God's Eye from Fast and Furious 7?
6. No, 7.
7, yeah.
Because that's when the streets always win.
Yeah. So God's Eye's back, because that's how Brie Larson was keeping the
God's Eye is the Tesseract of this thing.
It's the enemy of the state thing. It's the total facial recognition. That's why she had it. She's like, it's never safer than it is in my hands until you get sniper bullet in the chest. That she survives.
Yep,
she's okay.
And then Daniela Melchior's like, I'll get her to the hospital.
And that's the last you see of that too.
Yeah, that's it.
And then so it's on.
Yeah,
race to the airstrip thing. Mm-hmm. Dom's like, get me in a car and then get that car on a plane. Mm-hmm.
Well, he's like, I gotta go, because he's like,
I gotta meet with Jacob, yeah.
Because Jason Momoa's like, I'm going after your son now. I'm gonna go get your son.
Yeah, because I know where they are. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Then John Cena, back with little Brian, is like, want to see something cool? Boom! You looking for this?
Yep.
It's a car with 2 giant cannons on the side.
Alright, so look. Who's the best actor in this movie?
The best actor?
Yes.
Like, performance-wise?
No, what's the best performance in this movie?
Jason Momoa.
Nope. It's the kid. The kid is actually the best actor in this movie. And that's saying something.
So there's a giant action car chase sequence.
Right.
John Cena's blowing cars up left and right and center with his cannons.
Yep.
Dom pulls 2 helicopters out of the sky.
Dude.
And then launches them into Jason Momoa's car. Yeah. And then you think it's curtains for Jason Momoa.
Yep.
Because he gets tumbled off of a cliff.
Yep.
And then somehow he returns.
Yep.
And then there's too many cars. Too many cars are after them.
Yep.
And then John Cena's like, Dom, take care of little B. And then he promptly flips the cannons upside down.
Why is that a feature?
Vertical.
Why is that a feature?
And then kaboom!
Why is that a feature on that?
Launches them across the highway, and then he like grabs this little cross thing, and he's like, I'm in Dominic Toretto's world. I have to be serious. And then kaboom! Explodes like 100 cars. So that is.
Couldn't he have just like crashed his car into their cars?
That's what he did.
But like, not like that.
But then it wouldn't be about family.
Oh, sorry.
So Jacob Toretto is dead.
Quote unquote.
We'll see you in the next one, John Cena. Or maybe probably the post-credit scene of the next one.
Because the Fast XXX is what we're building up towards.
So now it's final confrontation time. Jason Momoa is still alive, and he's got Dom dead to rights at the dam, and he's like, finally, my plan. All those other plans before led to this plan. To trap you at this dam between two remote-controlled tankers.
They're at the Hoover Dam, right?
No. I think they're somewhere in the southwest somewhere.
I just think it's funnier that it would be the Hoover Dam.
I don't think it's big enough.
I just think it's hilarious. You're the Hoover Dam from history.
So he's like, now I'm going to crash these two tankers together and destroy you and your son. And then you think it's over. You think it's a wrap. And then the B team shows up in the big helicopter.
And Tez just yelled, the ADR in this movie is so horrible. It's insane.
You got your back, Dom.
Yeah. Just kaboom. And then you find out Alan Ritchson. And then they do a flashback, and you find out that the guy in the room was Alan Ritchson from Fast Five. How old is he supposed to be?
I don't know.
Like, is he like 25? Or is he like 40? I don't get it.
So he's been in on it the whole time.
Yeah, so we find out that was the big thing that that Papa Reyes wanted to do, was get his family from Brazil into the agencies, because the agency, I mean, at least Alan Ritchson is evil, so.
Yeah. And Alan Ritchson's like, that's where you goofed.
Yeah,
Dom.
and then you see when the safe comes out in Fast Five, they intercut this scene. It's Jason Momoa standing there, and then Alan Ritchson comes and stands next to them.
He's like, what do we do now?
We fight. Guess what they didn't do that they should have done? They should have put them in a relationship together.
There's still time.
They missed, man.
There's still time.
They missed. They should have.
Alan Ritchson's character is evil.
He's the Harley Quinn to his Joker.
And he's like, that's where you messed up, Dom. You think everyone just buys into the family.
Facts, Alan Ritchson. This guy's an idiot.
And then Dom's like, good, I've been betrayed. And then, like, so here's the weird thing. Here's the weird thing about this chain of events. So Dom just presumably watched his brother die.
Yep.
And then the only family he's ever known, besides Letty.
And his sister. And Brian.
So they all died, presumably. But he doesn't really react.
No, it's just like...
The only thing he says in response to everything that's just unfolded, from Richard's betrayal to his brother dying to the rest of the family dying, the only thing he says in rebuttal is, "You made one mistake. You didn't get me out of my car." And then he drives down the dam, because of course he does.
Alright, so we're in the theater, right? And like... You know what I loved about that? Like, people were, like, audibly, like, whispering to each other, like, in disbelief from like, the first 10 seconds of that movie. Like, I liked it because it wasn't, like, an obnoxious... Like, people were like, are you serious? Like, is this real? Rob turns to me and he goes, they're not gonna drive down the dam, right? And then guess what? Put that thing in drive, baby. Drives. The whole dam is exploding, and they're
well, it's not even exploding yet.
Oh yeah. Okay, we don't even know that there's bombs strapped to it. So he's just like, what does he freaking do?
Well, he crashes the two tankers into each other.
Yep.
That causes the first explosion.
Right. And then
Dom drives down the dam, and then Dante's like, I knew you were gonna do that.
Yeah, yep. Oh no! Wasn't he like? I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty cool. That was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Before that, he goes, "Did you just hit me with a helicopter?" Ow!
Ow!
Yeah, he goes, "I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty cool."
Yeah.
And then again, I leaned over to Court and I'm like, "He's not gonna blow up the jam, is he?" And then camera pans out.
There's bombs
everywhere. Everywhere.
Where did he get the time? No official was just like, hey buddy, I don't think you're allowed to do that. Just in like 18 cities, like this guy's just...
And then, these bombs all explode. Dom and Little B crash into the water. They get up, they get out, and then the movie just ends?
Yeah, so it's like a dramatic...
Well, like the Dom plot ends.
Well, yeah, the car crashes, they're standing there, all the fires raining down
It's
from the
Infinity
dam.
War.
Right, and then next thing you know, all you see is like Brian or Lil B standing behind Dom, and Dom's like getting ready for them to both die, and then that's it.
Then we cut back to Antarctica.
Yep. And then they come out of the ground in Antarctica, and then a submarine lifts out of the ground again.
Because Letty's like, yeah, great plan.
Did you have that on your bingo card?
Nope.
Of like twice in one franchise, a nuclear sub lifts out of ice?
Nope. Because
And then
Letty's
guess-
like, yeah, great plan. Now we're just stuck in the middle of Antarctica. And Cypher's like, wait for it. And then, yeah, a sub crashes through the ice, and who's there? But Gal Gadot, Giselle, is back. You thought she was dead because she fell out of that plane. So
She's just working with Cypher.
yeah, she's in charge of the submarine from Fate of the Furious. And that's how the movie ends.
That's it. But then, because we're in the modern age of cinema, there's a post-credit scene, and Jason Momoa is like, "I rigged one more trap." Again, I did my Riddler impression, and then the SWAT. Whose SWAT team is this?
Well, we know who SWAT team it is.
But who are those people?
Yeah, what were they doing?
I don't get it. So the SWAT team's just clearing this room out, or this abandoned thing.
I think it's the church from
Oh yeah.
from 5. maybe?
Yeah.
So they're there, and there's this figure.
So he turns, and I see his forearms, and I audibly say, "You remember?" I said, "There's no way. There's absolutely no way."
So the phone rings.
The phone rings.
Ring.
This just bedazzled.
If you are justice, please do not lie.
What is the price for your family's eye?
And he's like, I got Dom Toretto, and he drove the car, but you
You fired the gun, and I said, "No freaking way." And guess who's back? Go ahead.
It's The Rock.
It's The Rock.
Luke Hobbs is back.
Luke Hobbs.
Got a little gray in the goatee.
Yep.
Passage of time, continuity.
Yep.
And then Dante's like, I'm coming after you, Hobbs. And then I'm just going to tell you
Go
right
ahead.
now, my favorite line of the movie, of this film, might be the first time ever my favorite line from a movie has come from the post-credit scene. But Hobbs grabs the phone and he goes, well, I ain't hard to find, you some bitch.
Just like that. Said it just like that.
And then I go, he's got to crush the phone, right? And then he
Crushed
does.
the phone in his hands. And that is Fast X.
5-minute ovation.
No, we did a 10-minute
ovation.
We did an X-minute
X-minute
ovation.
Because that was the perfect post-credit scene.
Dude.
I ain't hard to find, you some bitch.
Dude.
It's so good.
Dude.
It's so good.
The Rock said, I am never coming back to this franchise. And then he said, you know what? What's everybody doing these superhero movies? I'm going to do my own one. And I'm going to save the DC universe. And I'm also going to bring Henry Cavill back. So guess what? That all failed. And guess what Vin Diesel did?
Come on home, brother.
No, he said, no, you know what he did? You know what he did? Dread it. Run from it.
He did that post on Instagram.
Yep. My little brother Dwayne.
And it worked.
And it freaking worked.
And now Hobbs is back.
No. I don't think I can't believe that The Rock sold that. I don't know if that's an all-time low or if that's the all-time high. Did they fabricate that whole beef so when The Rock comes back it's the biggest deal that he came back to this franchise?
I'll do you one better. What if Black Adam was just a setup to get him back into Fast and Furious?
I know who my actor who I want to be in this franchise is, but I'll save that for a second. But
So yeah, Hobbs is back.
Hobbs is back. So what's the spinoffs?
So okay, so
we actually sat down and we thought about all the spinoffs because you're gonna have part 2 of this trilogy and part 3 of this trilogy, and I'm assuming they're gonna interject 1 or 2 movies in there.
yeah, so for sure we're gonna get the Shaw's siblings back together.
Yep.
Jason Statham,
Yep.
Luke Evans, and what's her name? The sister.
Vanessa Kirby.
Like they're gonna get with Helen Mirren because Jason Statham's got to save his mom.
Yeah, do a British Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah,
The
Italian job.
Yeah, the Fast and Furious in it. There you go.
Jason Statham's got to save his mom. And we haven't seen Owen Shaw since 8.
Yep. And Vanessa Kirby's an actor.
Vanessa Kirby was in Hobbs and Shaw, so we got to get her properly in the Fast and Furious universe. So they're going to team up with that. We're going to get Han and Gal Gadot's character back together. And we're probably going to team them up with the B team.
Yep.
Who definitely aren't dead. They definitely either survived that plane crash or were never in the plane at all. And it was just a VR drone
my God.
situation.
What if there's another plane following them because they knew they were going to blow up that first plane?
Because dun dun dun, Kurt Russell's probably coming back.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
So he's going to team up with his old friend Han.
Yep. So it's going to be it's going to be like a fun. That's going to be the fun movie.
Yeah, the Nobody family.
Well, that's probably going to be part of the third movie.
All of this is going to be part of the third movie.
Well, it's all going to culminate into the biggest thing since it's going to be bigger than Avengers Endgame.
Because Brie Larson, Scott Eastwood, and Kurt Russell have to team up to take down Alan Ritchie.
Yep.
To get the agency back.
Yeah.
And John Cena's going to come back.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep, and Fast XXX is what that movie's for sure going to be called.
And then, I mean, the big thing is we're going to get Dom and Hobbs back together.
Yeah, that's going to be 2.
They're going to clasp their hands and flex their biceps. And they're going to team up.
Yep.
And, I mean, you seem more lukewarm on this idea than I am, but I'm throwing it down with a near 100% certainty that they're going to get Brian back in this.
And they're going to do... I'm telling you, like...
They're going to.
Yeah.
They keep bringing him up.
Yeah, that, like, throughout the movie, like, he was supposed to meet... Him and his family were supposed to meet them at the place, like, at the rendezvous point.
I'm telling you, Vin Diesel is doing a James Cameron. He's waiting for the technology to catch up. And they're going to do a fully AI recreated Brian O'Connor in probably the last one. And he's going to be there.
That scene in the last one where it's in... Hear me out. Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, John Cena, you got Han, you have... you have Ludacris, you have Tyrese Gibson, you have Ramsey, you have Brie Larson, you have Kurt Russell, you have Helen Mirren, you have Luke Evans, you have Jason Statham, you have Vanessa Kirby, you have Scott Eastwood, you have Gal Gadot, you have the whole crew from Tokyo Drift. Jesus, who else?
Daniela Melchior.
Daniela Melchior.
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron's gonna be there. Oh, geez, who else? And then whatever characters they add into these next 2 movies.
Just staring down Jason Momoa and Alan Ritchie.
You're going to have Lil B there. You're going to have The Rock's daughter from Hobbs and Shaw. Jeez, what else you got?
Oh, I told you, Idris Elba's going to come back.
Well, he's going to do... Idris Elba's... They're going to do the other side of it. So the other side of it's going to be Jason Momoa. And you're going to get the... remember... from Fast 5. The 2 that helped them in Fast 5 is also going to be in with the good guys.
Yeah.
They're going to come back. And then vice versa, you're going to have Jason Momoa, and then it's going to be like the Collapsity. They're going to have like the Collapsity in there still. So it's going to be like Alan Ritchie. It's going to have Idris Elba's going to be there. Who else is still alive from the frickin' villains? Ooh, what if Cypher makes a turn and she goes with the
double
villains?
cross.
Yeah. Oh, it's a triple cross because then she goes back. It's going to be awesome. Oh, man. They're going to try to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to get everybody in the line. Oh, what if they're all in cars when they do it and they shoot the camera all through the cars when they get there?
What is...
And oh my God, and then Vin Diesel's going to say family, and then they're all going to hit the end. They're all going to hit the gas. And then they're all going to hit the NOS at the same time.
There's heaps of NOS pushed in this.
Yeah. And wow, what a movie. What a picture.
Yeah, it's well, what's gonna happen is Vin Diesel, like, they're all gonna be in their cars, like, at the end, and then the Nissan Skyline's gonna pull up, and it's gonna be CGI AI Paul Walker, and then the Wiz Khalifa song is gonna play.
But it's gonna be remixed to be a little bit more action packed.
Yeah,
and then they're just gonna all drive, and there's gonna be just heaps of guns being fired from the cars.
Well, what's gonna be is like they're all gonna like pull up, and there's gonna be like a space left.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna like the piano's gonna play. Mm-hmm. Like and then he's gonna pull up. AI Paul Walker is gonna pull up, and then it's on.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
Is Vin Diesel gonna have the heroic sacrifice?
No, he can't.
Why not?
He's indestructible.
No. He's gonna die in the last one.
Yeah, he would do that, wouldn't he? Vin Diesel would be like...
I think he's gonna be the only one that dies in the last one.
Probably.
And what better sacrifice can you make for your family?
What a film.
What a picture.
I can't believe he blew up that dam.
I can't believe this guy lifted a car with one arm and then put the support beam in the car to drive the car on its side to protect him as a shield as he shoots at Aquaman. How many rogue agents did he have? He had 1.3 million rogue agents at his disposal. It was insane.
Oh, do you remember the bit when he had those two dead guys?
He's the Joker, that's why.
Oh, man. All right, that's Fast X.
That is Fast X. This might be my favorite awards show that we've ever done.
I can't wait. What do you have? What do you got for us?
Jeez. Oh, man. Okay. I guess I'll just go in order. And I think we should use all the ones that we've used from previous episodes compiled. What's the best cinema moment in this movie? Let me rename this category. What's the best Vin Diesel thinks that he's doing the cinema moment in this movie?
I think it's probably the melodramatic moment he has with Daniela Melchior's character. Mm-hmm. When he's like, your mother or your sister was the best. Mm-hmm. She always did the right thing. Mm-hmm. She was the best of us. And Daniela Melchior is like, I know.
Yeah. Let's go get this song.
We must continue her legacy. And bring Dante down. And Vin Diesel's like, I'll go alone. It's too dangerous. So it's that for me.
I love whenever they interject the flashbacks into this movie. Because it's like Dante Reyes is the son of whatever
Hernan Reyes.
Of Hernan Reyes. Who's American? Dante Reyes is? He's from I don't know. He's from Rio de Janeiro, Arkansas. I don't understand what geolocation he's from, but
also a good moment, dramatic moment between Han and Dom when they're reminiscing. Or Dom's
yeah.
Han goes, "Those were some tough times," and Dom goes, "Those were some great times."
It's the bit with Helen Mirren. It's the bit with Helen Mirren because they're on that overlook and he's just like, you know what? She's just like, you don't have anybody left to call. He's like, I'll do it myself. What does she? Oh, that was one of the lessons. What does she teach him? You're gonna run out of family. I forget what she teaches him.
You're gonna run out of family.
I forget.
A cop and a street racer travel down the same road long enough, they realize how alike they really are. God, he was spitting some absolutely ludicrous bars, all pun intended, in this movie. What's the best character that doesn't need to be in this movie? Scott Eastwood's character.
Scott Eastwood. There's just no
or Brie Larson's character.
You
honestly.
can take them out of the movie, and the movie is exactly the same. And you know who mine is? It's Han, because the movie's exactly the same if Han's in this movie or not in this movie.
Yeah, we just had to keep him around for the Gal Gadot reunion.
Yeah, that's it. Han just doesn't need... Han gets a Tinder profile in this movie.
Also, he's the last person that should be surprised by someone being resurrected.
Yeah, shut up, Han, you idiot. What are you talking about?
You were a hologram.
Yeah, dude. Who's the best actor that could join this franchise?
I gave you Tom Cruise earlier.
Tom Cruise would be phenomenal in this franchise. I think Henry Cavill would just fit seamlessly into this.
Yes. Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista would be great in here. But he doesn't know. Dave Bautista works on Real Pictures now, so... He said this isn't a real picture?
What are you talking about?
Dave Bautista is a dramatic actor now. He's worked with the best. He hasn't worked with Vin Diesel yet. No, he has, but not in the director role. I think Henry Cavill would he fits the mold of this crap.
Would he be British?
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe he's the villain of whatever the Hobbs family spinoff or the Shaw family spinoff is.
What if he's another brother?
Oh my god. They just keep having different brothers. But it would be funny because I just think it's funny that he'd be like the baby brother. I think that would just be very hilarious. The biggest. Yeah. That's good. Best car bit.
The helicopter.
Jesus.
Vin Diesel crashing 2 helicopters together.
Jesus. Maybe it's
Also, I have your Henry Cavill setup if you want him to be in the Shaw family. Like, you have Deckard Shaw gets his family together, and he's like, there's one more person we gotta see. And he knocks on the door. And, like, the door opens, but you see, like, the back. And Shaw's like, I know we haven't talked in a long time, but they're going after our mum.
Yeah, he's
and
just like...
camera turns.
Yeah, and he's like, it's been a while since anybody's made the world this nervous.
But yeah.
The Rock really destroyed Henry Cavill's career.
I mean, he was right, though, in the end. The hierarchy of power in the DC universe did change.
Now it's that guy that just did those Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
So what's your best car bit?
Is it just Roman just driving the gold Lamborghini and then the gold Lamborghini proceeds to get just absolutely demolished?
It's pretty good. But that helicopter bit...
Oh, yeah. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It was bananas in the trailer, and it's even more bananas when you actually see it in the movie.
No. It's them playing pinball with that's my favorite car bit. It's them playing pinball with the bomb.
Yeah.
That whole Rome, like, you know, like the Mission Impossible Fallout, like the Halo jump sequence leading into like the nightclub sequence, like this dwarfs that sequence by 50. What's the best movie within this movie?
It's the best movie probably that you could make is probably the Letty Cipher.
Oh no! What is the no? What's the best movie that's trapped within this movie? Because there's 84 movies inside this movie.
I quite like the Uncle Jacob Little B road trip movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's just that Jacob's character takes just a total 180 from Fast 9.
Yeah. I have to agree with you on that. It is like it's the other credible. There's so much going on in this movie. Maybe Vin Diesel was right that this does need to be a trilogy of an ending, because there's no way you can all sum this up in the next movie.
No.
It's just so much going on. They gotta bring Idris Elba. Okay, next cat. Who do you need them to bring back that they haven't yet?
I told you. Idris
Elba needs to come
Brixton
back.
Lore.
Yeah. I disagree.
The only confirmed superhuman in the Fast and Furious universe.
Yeah. Well,
confirmed.
Isn't Vanessa Kirby also? Didn't she take that crap?
Maybe?
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, Brixton Lore.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. I just want the crew from. I desperately need the crew from Tokyo Drift. Cause I need them to bring them back again. I need Bow Wow and whatever that guy's name is, just so I can get the. I need the Hulk car back. I need that Hulk car back that Bow Wow was driving. So there you go. What's what is the, I'm reading all the Jedi Survivor ones. So, what's the saddest moment in this movie?
Saddest moment. Is it when Buddy gets blown up in the street?
And it's not even particularly close in my opinion.
You might say, it's when Jacob dies.
Nope, because he's coming back.
He's coming back, and the way he goes out is hilarious.
Yep, it's comical, because it's just...
Again, like I said, he got warped into the Vin Diesel melodrama bubble.
Dude, you think because 5 is the last, or 6 is the last one where things are serious?
Yeah.
And then 7 just turns into the new age of Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
So, you don't... you watch 7, and you're like, there's no way. And then you watch 8, and they're like, what's happening to these movies? Then you watch 9, and they're like, there's just all credibility. And you watch Hobbs and Shaw, and you're like, what are these? You don't think they can go any further. And then they do. So, that's a good one. What's the best relationship?
This is the family in general.
Okay. It's Lil B and Jacob.
Yeah. Realistically, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Alan Ritchson and his job. Alan Ritchson and Dante.
Oh,
The best unconfirmed relationship.
Oh my god. I would stop at anything to have that be the relationship of this movie.
It's gonna happen.
Like the love stories, and that would be by far the best love story in this whole franchise, would it not?
It would. I think so.
Like, imagine, like, you know, I just wish, like, when, like, you know, that frame, that full CGI frame, like, where Jason Momoa is standing there and then Alan Ritchson just walks in. I wish that, like, Alan Ritchson would have just grabbed his hand at that point and then they just would have cut away. Because then what they could do is you kill Alan Ritchson in the next one and Jason Momoa's like, nah, now you really pissed me off. So, and then they got a box.
And then the hands fly.
And then the hands are going to fly. Do it. Do it, you cowards.
What else you got?
Oh yeah, I'm reading the categories. What's the most heroic moment in this movie?
It's Jacob's sacrifice. Yeah. It's the only heroic
I actually
moment.
can argue that there's one better than that.
What?
It's Roman's whole arc in this movie. He's the most heroic person in this movie.
I'm not letting you get away with it.
Yeah, I won't get away with it. Because even Tej doubles down on the fact that Roman, by every step of the way, did care about everybody and wanted just to be a good leader. And he got him out of every situation and he kept them together that whole time.
Till they got exploded.
Or did they?
I
Can't wait until there's just, like, literally, like, it's, like, within, like, 100 yards of each other, just, like, two planes, and then, like, the first plane crashes.
And it's gonna be Kurt Russell standing there and he's just gonna do one of the head nod.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, you know what they need to do when all their cars are driving up of all the characters? Like, I hope Kurt Russell's character comes up and then Vin Diesel's like, this is all the family you got? And he's just like, what, you wanted more?
It's just Brie Larson.
It's just Oh man. Who's the most underrated character in this movie?
Jesus. Oh my god. Man, Danielle Malchior's character?
Sure. Because she actually does, like, the slightest bit of acting in a movie that has no acting.
Yeah.
So, that's good. Oh, I feel bad for her. She's in the wrong era of she belongs in the Fast 5 and Fast 6 era of Fast and Furious movies.
Well, she technically did, if you think about it.
Yeah. How much younger than her was she? She's gotta be like at least 15 years younger than her.
Yeah,
if not
at
like
least.
more. Okay.
Wait,
oh
who's
yeah,
yours?
what's mine? Who is my most underrated character? Is it Helen Mirren? I think it is Helen Mirren's my most underrated
Shaw?
character. Yeah.
Paul Walker's wife?
Yeah. No.
Mia?
No.
She does absolutely nothing in this
No,
movie.
she throws a guy through a window.
She does.
Yeah. She gets a little action.
Yeah, her and Jacob have a little action sequence together.
Yeah. But I'm going with Helen Mirren because she gets Dom on his hero's journey for the movies.
And she's gonna get rescued by Jason Statham later.
And Henry Cavill.
Oh, you know what's gonna happen is the Shaws are gonna roll up to like protect her, and she's gonna have like dispatched like 11 guys by herself. That's what's gonna happen. He's like, "We're here to save you, Mum." And
he's just like, "Don't worry, darling."
That's what's destined to happen.
They're gonna have a bit, aren't they? Like they're like the three of them, like
Yeah.
the three siblings, like
Yeah.
all hating each other.
Yeah, because they've never been on screen together.
I can't wait.
And I think the only time the brothers were together was when Owen was in a coma.
You want to talk about character swaps and shifts? Like, that's even way more egregious than Jacob's, because, like, he was, like, the villain. Like, he wasn't, like...
Shaw?
Yeah, like, he was, like... And then
Both of them were evil.
And then, magically, he's just saving Dom's baby from a plane? Jeez. I'm using one from Jedi Survivor. What's the best boss fight in this movie?
The best boss fight. Probably Letty versus Letty and Cypher.
It's incredible. How much time we got? 4 minutes? Boom!
When they crash through the window.
Oh my god! Yo, everybody in the theater was like, "Dang,
Yikes!"
That's good. That's pretty good. What's the best bit?
I mean, you already said the title cards.
No. Okay, what's the best title card? It's a new category.
The Antarctica one.
Yeah, the Antarctica one is great.
Because it's just, of course it is.
Yeah.
Like, of course we're in Antarctica now. Of course. I think we've hit all 7 continents now.
We already were in Antarctica.
Technically, yeah.
Jesus.
That sub's been there the whole time?
They didn't move it? Nobody confiscated it?
Someone gave it to Gal Gadot, or she's just there the whole time?
Well, she's working with Cypher.
The whole time?
I don't know, man. Ask Kawhi. I don't know, man. What's the best battle in this?
It's the Rome bit. The streets of Rome.
It's like...
It's insane.
It is insane.
Because then there's like a drop off, like when the bomb stops.
Yeah.
And it's on fire, and you think like that's the end.
And then
it just gets going again.
Man, I wish some like incidental like 2005 comedy movie music would have started playing when that happened. Like boom, boom, boom. Like it would. Oh man.
No, they should have played while the bomb was rolling through the streets. They should have played that.
I hate that Dom's like a superhero now, because remember when he flipped his car and was driving it on the two wheels, protecting the people from the fire? I was like, oh man, God, what's the best cameo in this movie?
Pete Davidson?
No, I mean, you know what it is.
Yeah. Ain't hard to find. You some bitch.
I can't believe I'm even saying this. What's the best set in this movie?
The fake CGI?
Nope.
Mr. Nobody room?
Nope. It's incorrect. It's the backyard.
I was actually going to say, legitimately, I was going to say the Brazil street race.
Yeah, that's good.
Because there was just maybe like 500,000 extras.
Yeah.
And like that was an actual scene.
Yeah. What's the best 1v1?
Is it Cypher and Letty again?
It's Cypher and Letty, but it's actually the psychological battle between Dante and Dom.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the best heat check performance?
I mean, he's in the movie too long for it to be considered heat check, but Jason Momoa is just outstanding. Yeah. But truthfully, the best heat check, is it Hobbs?
No, it's Statham, right?
Yeah.
Because Statham also was punched. So, like, remember that punching bag scene?
Yeah.
A human being falls out of that punching bag.
Right.
That's also probably the best bit, because, like, I didn't understand what was happening.
Yeah, it is probably Shaw. Hobbs is close, though.
Hobbs is close. In, like, 30 seconds, he's close.
Because he delivers his line, he takes off his mask, he has that familiar, like, rock, like, scowl that he does, that he delivers his big one line, and then he crushes the phone in his hands. And you're like, yes.
So, I'm going to split the funniest moment into two. Okay. So, what is the funniest moment, but also what's the unironically on-set funniest moment that wasn't probably supposed to happen, or something that's so stupid that it has to get in here?
Well, my theory was that the Ludacris Tyrese fight just broke out.
And they just actually fought each other?
Yeah. Because there's no reason for them to fight each other.
And, like, there was no, like, fists being thrown. It was just,
they were just grappling.
They were just, you bouncing. They were just, that was it.
Yeah, they were just grappling with each other. That he gets Tyrese on his back, and then they just get up.
Yeah.
And then Tyrese throws powder in the air.
That's mine. That was mine. Because what was that? Is that, like, the biggest movie conspiracy in, like, the last 25 years? Like, what was the powder that he threw in the air?
Also pretty funny was Jacob unearthing his bat plane.
Dude,
amazing.
I don't get it. You know what mine might be? Like, the movie funniest moment is, like, when they're in the bar fight with Brie Larson, and, like, she just gets handed beers, and then, like, the barkeep just throws her a shot. I'm like, whose side are you on, man?
She's like, shots?
Shots? And then she just starts shooting people. I was like, wait a minute. That's not it. What's the funniest moment in this movie?
I mean...
No. The funniest moment is when Jacob dies. So, Dante has Lil B in the car. Oh, my God. And Jacob sacrificed... The dramatic moment, Jacob sacrifices himself. And Jason Momoa goes, well, looks like Uncle Muscles isn't coming to any more family barbecues. And I was like, oh, my God. This guy is a menace.
He saved the Vatican. Who does that?
Saved the Vatican. Oh, yeah. He calls him Saint Dom the whole time.
Saint Dominic.
Saint Dom to Dante's Inferno. If you didn't think that... God. What's the best source material? God. Good God. The best source material callback.
God's Eye? God's Eye is back?
Yeah, God's Eye is great. God's Eye is great. See? That's the best. Is that one of the best MacGuffins in movie history? Is God's Eye?
Because they brought it back.
They did bring it back. But it actually was kind of integral to the plot. Is the best source material callback Cypher her like as a person?
Because she keeps coming back.
She keeps coming back, and every piece of tech in the world somehow Cypher returned. Like every piece of tech flows through Cypher at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Cypher, I guess. Good job, Charlize Theron. Remember when you were in Monster and you won that Oscar?
All right, dorks, what are we blowing up? The Vatican?
Well,
I'll do it, but you guys are going to hell.
Jeez. Who's the best NPC in this movie? There's a correct answer too.
Is there?
There's sometimes I take the option away from you. And this time I do it with Scott Eastwood because he's by far the best NPC in this movie.
He is,
dude.
He does qualify.
Jumps out of the car,
and then he's never seen again.
He's never seen again.
And he's Scott Eastwood.
You're Scott Eastwood from Clint Eastwood. You're like, where'd you go?
Where did he go?
He went to the hideout. He was the only one there. Nobody was there. And he's just like,
nobody showed up.
Nobody showed up. They must all be dead. I'm leaving.
It's him, and then Hobbs showed up later.
Oh my god, that would be the greatest bit. Is they all get to the hideout at different times and they don't think they're coming and they just leave. Oh man, what's the best action sequence?
Legitimately?
Okay, we'll do both. We'll do unironically and real.
It's hard to top that Rome sequence, man. It's so out of control.
That Rome sequence is stupid.
I mean, the giant highway bit from the Jacob chase all the way up until the helicopters to the dam is out of control.
Yeah, it's nuts. They're like, you don't get your foot off the Yeah, that Rome sequence is everything. It's got everything you need in a Fast and Furious franchise. I don't know why all their beginning of the movie action sequences take place in the middle of the day. You would think they would do more of those at night, but I guess not.
Yo, no fear. That's why.
No fear.
Careful.
Favorite musical moment. It's when they play "See You Again."
Oh,
and they
piano.
remix it
The
for
instrumental?
the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Like anytime he looks at Brian or like a picture of Brian, like that plays.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
Who took that photo?
no.
The cinematographer from the first one. That's who took that photo. Doesn't make any sense. That's one of my biggest pet peeves in movies. Mm-hmm. When they have pictures of things in later movies or later in that movie, but it's a picture of a frame from the movie. Nothing gets under my skin more than that. I don't know why, but here we go. What's the best line in this movie?
Oh, I already told you what mine was.
Yeah.
I ain't hard to find, you some bitch.
Oh, mine's just Jason. I mean, you just hand me Jason Momoa's lines, and that's my favorite line from this movie. But it is specifically when he's just like, well, look like Uncle Muscle isn't coming to the next barbecue.
Honorable mention to Alan Ritchson just being like,
oh yeah,
the biggest Fast and Furious critic. Yeah. when he said,
wait, Brie Larson's the Fast and Furious fans that are diehard for Brie Larson's Vin Diesel and Alan Ritchson is the critics. It's crazy.
These people have defied God and gravity twice.
What the hell was that Shadow Council?
I don't know.
It was like 35 random people just showed up. Where's the continuity? Like, what happened? God. Best fight.
Letty and Cypher.
Yeah. I'm picking Tej and Roman. Just cuz. Because if nothing makes sense anymore, it was the dumbest fight in this whole thing. It's that one. Favorite world building. You know what's a good fight? It just was when Alan Ritchson just dispatched of those guys in the streets of Brazil.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't just, like, kill them. Like, he embarrassed them, too. It was crazy.
You do need a new watch.
Did he spit on him, too, or did he just...
No, he just threw the watch at him.
I was like, buddy, what's up with you? Best world building or lore moment.
The Shadow Council.
The Shadow Council.
The Shadow Council of the Fast and Furious universe. Where did they come from? Who are they? I have so many questions.
They just used to street race. They were just street racers.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. How did we get here?
It's pretty great.
Is it Helen Mirren? Is the best just because did she always know Mr. Nobody?
I think so.
Is it Brie Larson's presence alone? Because, like, no. It's just, again, it's just the flashbacks. Like, just them seamless. Like, are they the best at just seamlessly fitting in?
I mean, realistically, the best lore moment is Dante, because they retroactively inserted the best villain of the franchise from Fast 5.
Yeah.
So that realistically, it's that. It's Dante just as a character. Just being inserted into the franchise.
Why does he have an American accent?
Why does he do that? Because he's a psychopath?
What if he learned the American accent just to be more of a psycho? Was there a moment in the movie where he, like, was having, like, a little bit of a Brazilian accent?
I think in the beginning.
And then he just stopped?
And then he just dropped it, yeah.
I don't know what's going on, man. I feel like they shot that Rome sequence farther away
What if Dante's Brazilian accent works the same way Wanda's Sokovian accent does? And he only gets into the Brazilian accent when he gets really angry.
Well, Alex Rodriguez also does that. I can't believe I'm going to say the next thing I'm going to say.
Say it.
What's the best shot in this movie?
It's unironically the one that Vin Diesel tried the hardest to create when he's in the room full of pictures.
And Vin Diesel thought he was going so crazy he did it twice. He said, "Yo, The Rock, little bro, you got to try this." Oh man, I can't think of anything. There's nothing.
When he's surrounded by the two tankers and it's just him in the middle.
No, because it doesn't look good. There's nothing that looks good about it.
Oh, it's Jason Momoa when he's doing this?
Yes. There it is. Yep.
When he's doing the T-pose as the...
Well, he does that 17 times in this movie anyway.
Or is it when Jason Momoa is surrounded by the guns and he's, like, leaning back into all the people holding the guns at Dom?
And then Dom's people holds up the gun. We're with Dom. Well, now you're dead, so... Maybe he should have been with Jason Momoa.
At that moment, Jason Momoa knew he was going to kill that guy.
He's like, that guy's kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. What's the best performance?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah. Yep. Honorable mention to Little B, because I think he's actually doing kid acting, like solid kid acting, but nobody else is acting.
No, Jason Momoa.
He's just him. Jason Momoa's just him.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's such a bat shit and crazy
but it's
performance.
It immediately, like, this is exactly the villain that this franchise needed, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
He is the absolutely perfect... This is insane that I'm even saying this. He might be one of the best crafted villains for somebody in a franchise this deep into the franchise.
Because they figured out the Dom Toretto Superman problem.
Yeah.
We don't need someone who can match him physically.
Nope.
We need someone who can damage him emotionally.
Yeah, we don't need him can match him, like, with cars.
Yeah.
Blow up the cars.
Blow up the cars, blow up the family.
Yep. And it's a villain of Dom's own creation. Man. Maybe Vin Diesel's onto something.
Show the next one at cons, you coward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Let it debut with 100%.
Actually, I shouldn't say show it at cons, because that implies Vin Diesel hasn't tried. They need to just accept it when he calls next time.
Yeah. Who's my freaking... What's the best... Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
I think it's Dom.
It's horrible, because, like, we shouldn't... But, like, you should? Because it can't be Roman, because
it's so serious and melodramatic anytime Dom's on screen.
So we were just, like, watching, like, a breakdown or a recap of the whole franchise, so we were, like, caught up. Vin Diesel was, like, kind of acting in the first one. Mm-hmm. And, like, not horribly. So, like, what happened in the last 20 years?
He's been weathered, man. Dom's been weathered.
But, like...
The only time you ever see Fast and Furious 1 Dom in this movie is at the street race.
Yeah, that's the closest, because he's like... I'm like, okay, these line deliveries are... kind of normal.
Let's race.
Yeah.
I'm like, there he is. Yeah. There's Fast and Furious 1 Dom. He's back. And then he's gone.
He's gone immediately.
He's gone immediately when his friend explodes.
Now he's Batman Dom again. God.
But also Hobbs.
30 seconds of work. That's heat check right there. Who's my favorite character, man? can't stand anybody from the family. They were pissing me off the whole movie, but also I couldn't get enough of that.
Deckard Shaw?
Deckard Shaw's not bad. Is it Helen Mirren?
She's the most harmless.
Yeah, she's the most harmless. Yeah, it's Helen Mirren.
Or Rita Moreno.
I don't know. What am I saying? It's Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah. She's great.
Because, like I said, she's like a mom with a kid.
Yeah.
And she's just Vin Diesel's mom at this point. Good job, honey.
I'm still going with Dom, though.
I'm going to confidently say Michelle Rodriguez is Letty's my favorite character. Because, like, she's just with it, like, the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Good job, Michelle Rodriguez. What's your favorite moment? This is it.
It might just be Gal Gadot appearing out of nowhere, breaking through the ice in the submarine. Because I was like, what? I know that who I think it is.
She didn't say anything. She just waved. And then the movie ended.
She showed up like freaking Captain America.
No. She showed up like herself when she did the same thing in Shazam. Dog.
But also Hobbs?
Also... Just...
I can't believe they brought Hobbs back. And they're just gonna seamlessly fit him into the narrative.
I'm telling you, there's a larger conspiracy at play of why he's back.
Oh man, I can't wait to see old weathered Hobbs.
Oh my god,
coming back for one more job.
Oh my god, what if they had a time jump in between this movie and the next movie? Oh my god, I would love that if there's just like an older Hobbs and like now Lowell Bryan's the same age that Dom was when the first one starts.
And Dante is still running amok.
Yeah, Dante has his own adopted son with Alan Ritchson that's gonna take out Lil B. And Lil B's married to Hobbs' daughter. Let us write these. We'd be great.
We haven't heard from Dante Reyes in 10 years. He went underground.
He went rogue. And then there's just bombs planted in every major city in the entire world.
He went underground.
Somehow Dante Reyes returned. Man.
What a movie.
I didn't even say what my favorite moment is.
What is it?
It's the whole movie. Because this movie is the best example of just doing the dumbest things. Yeah. And just let those things run. See, this is the freaking beauty of movies, because I can get a Mission Impossible movie, right? Like, let's just take Fallout, or let's take John Wick, right?
Yeah.
I can get oh, you know what? I take that back. Give me, what's a good action movie? Heat, right? Like, Michael Mann, 95.
Fate of the Furious.
Nope. So, Heat 95, it's still an action movie. This is an action movie. But could they not be any polar opposites away from each other? But at least they understand what type of movie's being made.
Well...
One would say that Michael Mann didn't have as much control on this as Vin Diesel has on the Fast and Furious
Some of them understand what's going on here.
And the one person who doesn't is Vin Diesel.
Not at all.
He's like a Make-A-Wish kid at this point.
But that's what makes this franchise so good?
Yes. But when I walked into the theater, I was like, they need to cut these dumb, stupid movies out. And then the first 3 minutes of the movie played, and I'm like, I get it. I understand. I'm in.
Let's race.
Let's race. Family. Like, I was like, this is the point. Yeah. Like, these are supposed to be astronomically idiotic movies for people to just walk into a theater, turn their braids off, and get this satire car, I don't know, action stupid movie for like 2.5 hours and leave.
Drama,
comedy, emotion.
It's got everything.
It's a better variation on emotions than Guardians of the Galaxy, one would argue.
I told you, it's the best found family movie of 2023. In many ways, Guardians took from Fast and Furious, if you think about it.
Because Fast and Furious, didn't it film first?
Probably.
There you go. Eat your heart out, James Gunn.
Yeah, take that. Imagine James Gunn doing a Fast and Furious movie.
But it would actually be kind of good, though.
That would be tremendous.
Yeah. Okay, if we were to take this franchise seriously, who's somebody that would work on this movie would be good? I mean, Kaczynski and Tom Cruise with Christopher McQuarrie would be... That the number one answer.
Edgar Wright?
Oh my God, Edgar Wright doing a Fast and Furious. Well, he already did a Fast and Furious movie. He did Baby Driver. He already did one. So good on, and half his cast is canceled anyway. So
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. I'm trying to tell you, and you just won't believe me. He's directing these movies secretly.
Well, they pulled this new director off the street, basically.
Because he's directing them. Because what happened to Justin Lin? Wasn't he?
He just left.
Well, wasn't there like a big thing that happened? Like he's just like
creative differences.
Well, the creative differences were apparently he stormed off and he's just like, these movies aren't worth my mental health, and just left.
Yeah, so they really just pulled this.
I just think like a light, like it was like cloudy and like a light just shined, like Vin Diesel was there, and then it shined on like the camera, like, and Vin Diesel just looked over and he was just like, maybe I should take the helm. And then he just walked right over and he picked it, and it was like Thor lifting up the hammer, like he picked the camera up and he's like, I'm worthy. And then he just shot the movie.
And then the rest of the cast was like, oh no. It's finally happening. You knew this was coming, Pete.
What was Tyrese Gibson doing in this movie? No, not what was he doing physically in the movie. What was he doing in the movie?
I don't know.
He was just like memeing the whole time.
I told you, because none of his lines were written down.
Dude, what was that?
They just sent him in there and just told him to do the acting.
Is Ramsey gonna do anything besides type on her computer?
She's somehow gone backwards character-wise.
She has gone back. There's nothing to her anymore.
I forgot who we said. We talked about one of these movies or shows. It's in one of the episodes about someone doing a reverse character arc.
Oh, I forgot what it was. But yeah, she does nothing. She just types.
Oh, it was Finn. We were talking about Finn.
Oh, God. Don't get me mad, man. Don't get me mad.
She's on the Finn trajectory of doing the reverse character arc.
Do not get me mad.
Some might say on the reverse.
I loved Helen Mirren in this movie.
You loved Helen Mirren in this movie. I love Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in this movie.
Let's have them do a team-up movie.
It's not off the table.
It's nothing. Oh, nothing's off the table.
Hobbs and Shaw, the sequel, but it's Hobbs and Helen Mirren.
Oh my God! What if they have like somebody play Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's mom, and then they have a team-up movie? Oh, what if they knew each other before? Who would play The Rock's mom in this situation? Well, The Rock's already 50, right? So
that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Rita Moreno is 91 and she's playing Vin Diesel's grandmother.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What are these movies, man? I can't think of anybody.
Michelle Yeoh? You can't rule it out.
Ooh, Michelle Yeoh would have worked well in these movies.
Uh-huh.
Who else you got? Who could we put in here that would really make an impact? Maybe that's what we should just spend the next 5 minutes doing. Just finding actors to put in these movies and see who would just be the absolute just injection of energy into these movies. Here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to Google the word actors, and then we're going to pick from this, and we're going to see who's going to come in here and just be absolutely amazing. Samuel L. Jackson would put up some numbers in these movies. And you gotta let him drop the first F-bomb in these movies. They have, right?
Probably.
They probably have. Who else would you put in here that would just go absolutely insane? Brad Pitt? No.
Nah.
Chris Hemsworth would put up some numbers in these movies. He's built for this. But he's too busy doing Extraction now.
Yeah.
Who's the actors? Who's done some acting?
Nicole Kidman?
Nah, she's too busy.
Doing AMC commercials?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Who else you got? Who's
Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg. It would work, but
it would absolutely work.
Who else we got? I don't know why Harrison Ford being in these movies would be kind of funny.
He could have been Mr. Nobody.
Oh, no. I would have liked if him and Mr. Nobody were brothers. Tom Cruise would just be money in these.
Yeah. Oh, man, yeah. Tremendous. He should be the president of the United States in this universe. It's the one thing we haven't done in this Fast and Furious universe is go to the White House.
Because why not?
And Tom Cruise should absolutely be the president in this universe.
Oh my god. Pedro Pascal is too niche to be in these.
He could be Dante Reyes' brother.
Nope. But he has the accent.
Liam Neeson?
It's too on the nose. Yeah, it is too on the nose, but it also could work. Who else could you put in here?
Josh Brolin?
Oh, Brolin would be great in this. Brolin would be phenomenal in here.
He could be an older version of Alan Ritchson's character.
From the future?
Yeah. Oh, time travel.
Time travel!
We haven't done time travel in Fast and Furious
We
yet.
went to space. What's left?
Time travel.
If they if they find a way to freaking have these guys time travel, can we give Michael Caine a cameo so he can do one of his famous monologues from the Nolan Batman movies?
You gotta break the one rule, Dom. You gotta do it now. Hits the Nas, a portal opens up. He ends up back at Fast and Furious 1.
He looks at younger Dom. I don't understand. You don't have to.
No, maybe that's how he beats Dante. He time travels back to Fast 5 and doesn't steal the safe.
Oh my god. Maybe he saves his father. And he's just like, I want you to have what you never had. A family. End the episode. No. Don't even read the social medias. Quick. End it.
I'm ending it. That's it. We've done it. That's it. Abrupt ending because we solved it. All right, guys. You can follow us on Twitter at ProjectINF_pod. You can follow us on Facebook. New episodes posted every Wednesday on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. You can follow us on Instagram.
At the Project Infinite Pod.
Next week, we're going to talk about The Flash.
Yes.
Because the final episode is airing. Mm-hmm. The final run. Series finale of The Flash.
It's tonight.
It's tonight, yeah. So
or tomorrow night. Yeah, you switched it from Tuesdays to Wednesdays.
Tomorrow night. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything unveiled at the PlayStation Showcase. And, yeah. From the...
Careful, man. This is a tough one.
From the
Helen Mirren of
the podcast. The Deckard Shaw of the podcast.
No.
No? Luke Hobbs? You want to be the Luke Hobbs of the podcast?
No.
You can't be Dom.
Why not?
Because the Jacob Toretto of the podcast?
No. I'm a fun guy. Jacob turned into a fun guy.
He did turn into a fun guy.
He was just a fun guy. He was just a cool uncle.
Yeah.
They just did a cool uncle and nephew story.
And he had a cannon car.
And he had a mini plane?
Yeah. Why would you want to be Jacob?
Because he stupidly sacrificed himself.
But he's still alive.
In a universe where you don't have to sacrifice, you just don't. There's never been a scenario where any character has had to sacrifice themselves. Because you're just going to live. Just call the agent. Why doesn't anybody just call the agency? Like, if any problem from Fast 1 to Fast 9 exists, call the agency. Call Mr. Nobody. You Han, you idiot. You've just been letting them run around rampant for all that time. Maybe Han's the worst character in this entire franchise.
Oh, man.
All
right. We're going now.
We gotta go. Solved the Fast and Furious movie.
How this franchise is gonna end. We'll see you next week.
Oh, maybe it's Brian that delivers the line about family at the end.
AI Brian?
God, never mind. I'm out. I'm out. Schwarzenegger would put up some numbers in this franchise.
That'd be tremendous. What?
I feel like Tom Hardy would be good in here too.
Probably.
Oh, you know what one actor that can like win an Oscar but like simultaneously like chew scenery?
Matt Smith?
Yes, but Jake Gyllenhaal. That guy.
How could he fit into this at this point?
It doesn't matter.
I guess that's true.
He's Mr. Nobody's son.
Another son?
Everybody's related to somebody. Who could he be related to?
Matt Smith could absolutely be a Shaw.
Oh my god, but he's like the conniving Shaw.
Yeah.
That would be such a good trope that they're like Helen Mirren's had like 10 kids and they're all famous British actors. It would be great. Oh man.
He can keep his tongue.
Oh, who would be her husband?
Charlie
Anthony Hopkins.
Charles Dance.
Charles Dance would be good. What's freaking Ozymandias and Alfred would be great.
Oh, Jeremy Irons?
Jeremy Irons would be incredible.
Charles Dance would be funny because he...
Oh, yeah.
Because I could already, I can hear his voice.
Yeah.
And he would just be like, you've indulged this Dominic Toretto for long enough.
Remember when he was in Godzilla?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to talk about that whole Godzilla franchise one day.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeffrey Wright. Put Jeffrey Wright in these movies. Oh, Jeffrey Wright's Cypher's dad. It's perfect.
Matt Smith is just the unhinged, Dante Reyes.
Oh, and then he joins
Shaw brother.
And then he joins Dante Reyes. He's like, I want to take my family down.
Dante Reyes just says something like, ooh.
Yeah, ooh, you're scary.
Dude, get us in the writer's room, Vin Diesel.
We can do it. There's a writer's strike.
You know who doesn't have a problem with the writer's strike? Probably Vin Diesel. He just...
pen to paper. I just imagine he has a 1930s
typewriter.
No, investigator and he just flips the book open and every script is on those.
Oh man! All right, guys, we gotta go. Man. All right, yeah, we'll see you next week for The Flash. Until then, goodbye.
Peace,
family.